So how much? After clinching their first playoff appearance since 2002, the TMP-Marian Monarchs look to lock down a first-round home game of the playoffs as they take control of the district as they welcome into town the Cimarron Blue Jays. Hello, everybody, and welcome into Lewis Field Stadium. I'm Jonathan Swigert, along with our studio producer and engineer, Rachel Fox, in the KHAZ studios, and Hayes Post producer and engineer, Harrison Brent. It's the battle of the Monarchs and the Blue Jays for the top spot in 2A District number 7. Last week, the TMP-Marian Monarchs ran past Southwestern Heights 48-6, earning their 5th straight win and improving to 5-1 overall and 3-0 into 2A District number 7. It is the 5th straight win for the Monarchs. That's the first 5-game winning streak since 2002 in program history, and it also matches the best start since 1989. That team started 6-1, something the Monarchs will look to do tonight as they take on a tough Cimarron Blue Jay team. The Blue Jays enter tonight's matchup at 4-2 on the season, and they are also unbeaten in the district at 3-0. They're coming off a 45-12 win over the Lincoln Bronx last week, as they have won 3 games in a row, actually now 4 games in a row. That was their 4th win in a row after losing 2 early games to both Holcomb and Colby. The Blue Jays shorthanded, though, this season without their talented tailback in Tate Seabold, but they have answered back with Braxton Harrison, the junior quarterback, who comes in with more than 1,100 career passing yards and over 900 career rushing yards. And Mason Escom, the junior tailback, moved from offensive line early in the season to tailback and has rushed for over 276 yards so far on the season. The Cimarron Blue Jays, a team that has won 19 straight district games. You have to go back to 2015 in the month of October when they came up short in a matchup with Scott City the last time they lost a district game. It's the Monarchs who enter the contest, winners of 5 in a row and 7 of their last 8, taking on the Cimarron Blue Jays, who are 4-2 but have won 19 straight district games. Both teams set atop the district, with the winner of this one and going a long way toward being the district winner. It's the Monarchs and the Blue Jays squaring out for this district showdown here from Lewis Field Stadium. We're going to take a timeout on our Hertz Rent a Car pregame show. When we come back, we'll get a chance to break down the Cimarron Blue Jays on our opponent breakdown. That's coming up next here on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K-Long, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marian, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
Back inside Lewis Field Stadium in our Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show. They're serving you from 609 East 8th Street with clean, high-quality vehicles that have many options. If you need more room for a family vacation or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for your next business trip, call 785-623-4116 for your reservation. It's a district showdown between a pair of unbeaten teams in District number 7 in Class 2A between the TMP-Marian Monarchs and the Cimarron Blue Jays. As we welcome you back inside Lewis Field Stadium, it's time for our opponent breakdown as we bring you our look at the Cimarron Blue Jays. Our opponent breakdown brought to you by Eagle Radio's digital marketing. As I mentioned before, Cimarron comes into this matchup at 4-2 on the season and 3-0 in the district. So actually 1-2 in their first year in the Greater Western Kansas. It's the Greater Western Athletic Conference, just like, but it's out of Western Kansas with Holcomb and Colby beating them in the first 2 weeks of the season. A game in which Colby really did a number on them on the ground. Colby rushed for a season high, went for 316 yards on the ground, in which they really put it on the Cimarron Blue Jays. It was only a 21-8 win for Colby, but they played pretty well. In week number 1, saw Holcomb up in the Blue Jays 29-19, but since then they've won 3 straight, picked up a nice league win over Scott City, and then beat Southwestern Heights 52-8, down Syracuse 36-14, and then as I mentioned earlier, took care of Lincoln last week 45-12 to set up this matchup of 3-0 teams. Quick look at the series history between these two teams inside the numbers, as this will be the first meeting since 2017 between these two schools. That year it was Cimarron picking up a 44-35 victory. The year before that they also beat TMP, winning 14-0. So they've won 4 straight over the Monarchs, and they are 7-2 all-time in 9 prior meetings. So this will be the 10th meeting between these two schools. This only goes back to the early 2000s, the last time these two teams played. In fact, one of the matchups was in TMP's extremely successful season back in 2002. So this is a relatively new series between these two schools, only the 10th meeting all-time. Quickly looking at the Cimarron Blue Jays, as I mentioned, the Blue Jays without their leading returning rusher from a year ago, and Tate Siebold. He got hurt in the week number 3 matchup with Scott City. Has not carried the football since then. He did play a little bit in their week number 4 matchup against Southwestern Heights, but he is not. He played on defense in that matchup, but we have not seen him play on offense. He rushed for over 800 yards and 9 touchdowns a year ago, and he's a career 2,700-yard rusher, so a big loss for them. But Braxton Harrison, the 180-pound junior, has really stepped up this season, throwing for over 600 yards and rushing for over 500 yards as well on the season, and combining for now 13 touchdowns. He does have 4 interceptions. He's coming off a game against Lincoln last week in which he threw for 134 yards, and in fact he's thrown for more than 100 yards in 3 straight games. You look at this team and think they're a really run-heavy team, but Braxton Harrison has played well through the air and has thrown a touchdown pass in 4 straight in 5 of his last 6 contests. I mentioned Mason Exkim, the junior tailback, rushing for 276 yards on 71 carries. Had a career-high 133 yards on 27 carries and 4 touchdowns in that win over Lincoln. He started the year at guard, but after the injury to Tate Siebold, he has slid into the backfield. Defensively, Siebold obviously an anchor for them as well. This is a defensive team, though, that has really played well. A year ago, they were second in points allowed in Class 2A, giving up just 12 points per contest. This year, a little bit more, 16 points per contest, but they already have forced 13 turnovers and are allowing just a little over 220 yards per contest. A big reason of that was because Colby put up 385 yards of offense against them. That's been a look at the Cimarron Blue Jays as part of our opponent breakdown. It's brought to you by Eagle Radio's digital marketing. Is your business ready to advertise on Facebook, Google, or any of the other popular places online, but you just don't know where to start? Well, I'll give Eagle Radio a call at 301-2211. Let's step aside for another quick timeout. When we come back, we'll change gears a little bit and take a look around the Mid-Continent League. This is a district showdown between the Blue Jays and the Monarchs on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding. New siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
With just 2 games left of the regular season schedule, the Mid-Continent League comes down to a week number 8 matchup between the Norton Blue Jays and the Phillipsburg Panthers to determine this year's MCL champions. It's time for us now to take a look around the Mid-Continent League. Our look around the MCL brought to you by HayesPost.com. So, as we mentioned last week, Norton sits atop the league at 3-0 and looking for their first title since 2015 in the Mid-Continent League. They were scheduled to take on Beloit in a key district matchup last Friday night, but that game was canceled because of COVID-19 issues, so that means the Blue Jays entering this week's game are still 3-2 overall and 3-0 in the Mid-Continent League. They're looking for their first district win. They play host to the Hoisington Cardinals. Hoisington is absolutely running away with that district number 8, and this, of course, a rematch of last year's Western Kansas 2A sub-state semifinal in which Norton upended the red hot Cardinals 10-8. Hoisington is 6-0 and 3-0 in the district. Smith Center and TMP are both 5-1 overall and 3-1 in the Mid-Continent League. So at worst, the Monarchs and the Redmen will tie for second in the Mid-Continent League race. But of course, both teams hoping for a week number 8 Phillipsburg upset of Norton, in which there would be a 3-way tie to atop the Mid-Continent League between those 3 schools. For Phillipsburg, they're on the road tonight at Ellsworth. They've got a key district matchup. The Panthers 3-3 and have won 3 of their last 4, while the Bearcats are just 1-4 on the year. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Their only win, by the way, happened to come against Norton 2 weeks ago. The Ellis Railroaders looking for their second win in a row. They host the Southwestern Heights Mustangs tonight. The Mustangs 1-5 and 0-3 in that 2A district number 7, following that loss to TMP a week ago. For Ellis, man, they beat up on Syracuse last week as they put up 60 points on the Bulldogs and moved to 2-4 and 1-2 in the district. A win tonight for the Ellis Railroaders would all but secure them a playoff spot. The other 2A district number 7 game tonight features those Syracuse Bulldogs and Lakin. Of course, the Bulldogs still looking for their first district win. Lakin is trying to bounce back and after a loss to Cimarron last week and stay even with whoever loses this game tonight between the Monarchs and the Cimarron Blue Jays heading into next week's matchup, which Lakin takes on TMP at home there in Lakin. Quickly in the 1A ranks of the Mid-Continent League tonight, we mentioned the Redmen, who are second in the Mid-Continent League race, tied with TMP. They take on the Elseline Cardinals. Cards are 2-4. Next week, Smith Center and Inman play in a game that will decide likely the district title. Oakley currently sits in 3rd place in that same district with Smith Center at 4-2 overall. They're at Sacred Heart tonight. The Knights have won 2 straight and are 2-4 on the season. Meanwhile, Plainville tied for 3rd in that district with Elseline and Sacred Heart at 2-4 and 1-3. The Cards are traveling to Ellenwood tonight to take on the winless Eagles. And in Class 3A, the Russell Broncos back in Western Kansas tonight. They're traveling to Goodland to take on the Cowboys. The Broncs lost to Colby last week, dropping to 0-6, and the Cowboys are 2-3 on the season. Quickly in the 8-man ranks of the Mid-Continent League tonight, Hoxie can wrap up an MCL crown in the 8-man ranks with a win over Stockton. Indians are 4-1 overall, 1-0 in the Mid-Continent League. Stockton is winless at 0-6 and 0-1 in the MCL. The other game tonight says the Trigo Golden Eagles hosting the Hill City Ringnecks. Trigo, of course, dealing with COVID-19 issues, had a couple of games canceled. They are 1-3 on the season. Hill City also was affected by the COVID issues because one of their opponents, the Rawlins County Buffaloes, had to cancel a game earlier this year. Hill City at 3-2. as that race there for two teams in at the Mid-Continent League. But Hoxie again can wrap up the 8-man ranks of a title here with the win this evening. That's been a look around the Mid-Continent League. Our look around the MCL is brought to you by HayesPost.com. You can always find stories, highlights, coaches' comments, and scores from our game, the Hayes High Indians, who are on the road at May South tonight. Plus, we've got area scores at HayesPost.com later this evening. Let's take a quick time out. We'll go ahead and come back and get a chance to hear from TMP head coach Jay Harris on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Adams, Brown, Barron & Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car, bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Eagle Communications, our community connected. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on DiscountSiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wertenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
This is the Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show.
Let's get the thoughts of the coach. This chat with the coach is brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker in the Northridge Plaza and online at CompareMyCoverage.com.
Back into Lewisfield Stadium, more of our pregame show. Our thoughts with the coach brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker. And coach, you guys get a really nice win over Southwestern Heights. You had a week to think about it. What'd you think?
We did some good things. We had made a few changes going into that game, and I thought the guys did a great job with, implementing those changes. And then, like we had talked, the big concern was, a 3-hour bus ride, and we did some things, to break that up a little bit. And I think the guys handled it pretty well and came out great from the start. 3 early touchdowns on 9 offensive plays. They gave us a short field, and we took advantage of it.
And I know we had talked about kind of expanding the playbook a little bit going into that matchup. You feel comfortable with where you guys are and how you guys have handled that?
Oh, most definitely. We've added a few new things every week. We're pretty well, got everything installed. We're ready to go after these last couple games and get ready for playoffs.
And I know their quarterback, we talked about how good he was on the ground and how difficult it was to kind of stop him. And then in the week before, Ellis also had some success running the football. What's the focus been like against the run this week?
And we've worked on that quite a bit this week. We've changed defense just a little bit, nothing too big. And just stress to the guys, really buckling down, stopping the run. And, we do those things this week and we'll be fine too.
Big matchup with Cimarron. We'll talk about the Blue Jays in just a minute, but to get the 3-0 in the district with that win, and then, this is a big game and a lot riding on it.
Yes, it really comes down to, we're not looking past this week or, thinking about next week ahead of time, but this really comes down to this game could be the district championship. And the guys have embraced that, and put in the extra work this week and stayed fairly focused, and they're ready to go out and take care of business.
I know we've talked about leadership quite a bit throughout the season, and that's something that's been developing from your group. How do you make sure that the guys, especially the leaders, make sure that everybody doesn't make too much out of this game?
And that's the big thing, having Garrett Piper back, one of our senior captains, keeping the guys focused on the field, off the field as well. And, it's good to have his leadership back. And the seniors have developed all year long, and they understand the importance of this game and really to just go out and play it and take care of what they need to do.
Talk a little bit about what you expect to see from Cimarron.
Pretty heavy run game. And like you said, we've had some issues with the run here lately, but I think we've done a lot to correct that. And if we just go out and do our job, take care of your responsibilities, everything will work out.
And finally, what do you need to do to get a victory?
That's the big thing, just take care of your job, do your job, concentrate on your responsibility, stay focused on what you need to do, and everything will be good.
All right, good luck. We'll chat with you afterwards.
Thank you, Jonathan.
More after this here on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Adams, Brown, Barron & Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car, bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Eagle Communications, our community connected. Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications. When you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K-Lawn, Kirk Maska and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marian, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
Back inside Lewis Field Stadium, where the TMP-Marian Monarchs get set for a matchup with the Cimarron Blue Jays. It is Military Appreciation at night here this evening at the field for the TMP-Marian Monarchs. So both the Cimarron Blue Jays and the Monarchs come out with the American flag, and they are running through a presentation. Of course, earlier today, the Monarchs got their SJMA uniforms as part of the presentation, and so they're running through a little video of that from earlier this morning and the prayer ceremony and everything earlier today on the field. So it is Military Appreciation Night. That means the Monarchs will be in those SJMA uniforms. So we'll talk a little bit about those as we move along here on our Hertz Rent-A-Car pregame show. Just heard from head coach Jay Harris. His thoughts of the pregame show brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Dustin Shoemaker, helping you get the right coverage at the right price, all while providing the quality of service you expect. Call Dustin Shoemaker at Shelter Insurance. Monarchs are 5-1 on the season, while the Cimarron Blue Jays enter the contest at 4-2. And it's time for us now to get a couple of big keys to this matchup here this evening. And as we talked about over the last several weeks, turnovers have been huge for the TMP-Marian Monarchs, and that is no difference tonight, as both of these teams have forced several turnovers on the season. Cimarron comes in on the season forcing so far this year 13 turnovers, and they are +6 in the turnover battle. Meanwhile, TMP is coming in at +7 with 11 forced turnovers on the year. Monarchs have got an interception in 3 of the last 4 games, and have also, of course, scored a defensive touchdown in 3 of the last 4 games, and they have forced a turnover in all 6 games this season. That has been a huge part of what the TMP defense has been able to do. So turnovers will be huge in tonight's ball game, because both of these teams can force the turnover. Meanwhile, for the Cimarron Blue Jays, we've seen them be really successful running the football this year. This is a team that averages nearly 200 yards rushing on the season, and that's been something the Monarchs have really struggled with, giving up a 100-yard rusher now 3 times in 2 games. They give up 2 100-yard rushers against the Ellis Railroaders and also gave up 1 last week and gave up their most points allowed on the ground to Southwestern Heights this season as they really struggled against the run. So that will be the biggest part for TMP on defense, is finding a way to force try and stop the run against this potent Cimarron offense. And then quickly for TMP offensively, it's just more of the same. We saw a lot of spread last week, and we have seen the emergence of Lance Lang. The junior gives them another weapon. Lance had a receiving touchdown and rush for 72 yards a week ago. Before that, against Ellis, he had a season-high 83 yards on the ground, so expect more from him to go along with the talented wide receiver Jace Whitling and quarterback Cade Harris. We also have seen a lot from Jace Lang as well. Mark Rack was held without a catch a week ago, so it'll be interesting to see how he emerges in this ball game tonight. And then also Bryce Saab. Bryce was held to just a couple of carries last week. Didn't really need him against Southwestern Heights, but it'll be interesting to see how this offense kind of continues to evolve against a team in Cimarron, which is susceptible to kind of that spread formation that TMP has played well against, or with used so far this season. Let's look at our keys to the match, keys to the game. We're back with starting lineups after this from Lewis Field Stadium on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car, bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Eagle Communications, our community connected. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
And a good Friday evening as we welcome you back inside Lewis Field Stadium on Military Appreciation Nights, where the TMP-Marian Monarchs and the Cimarron Blue Jays get set for tonight's matchup. We'll get a look at the starting lineups. We start with the Cimarron offense. This offense, as I mentioned, led by the junior quarterback, Braxton Harrison. He's joined in the backfield by Mason Exum and Luke Jansen. The backs and receivers will be the twins, Andrew Reidenauer, the 175-pound senior, and his twin brother Seth, the 180-pound senior, and then the tight end is Hunter Rennick, the 6'2", 240-pound senior. Up front, it'll be left tackle Clay Frank, the 185-pound senior, Lane Johnson, the 190-pound sophomore, Blake Schilling, after getting injured a week ago, back in there in the middle, the 310-pound junior, Jared Bogner, the 185-pound junior, and then Tanner Bailey, the right tackle at 200 pounds for the junior. The TMP-Marian Monarchs in their normal starting lineup up front with Garrett Pfeiffer at the left tackle, Jacob Sack at the left guard, Michael Hale getting the start at center again. He's really anchored the middle of that offensive line. Colton Higgins, the freshman, is the right guard, and then Matthew Hess, the right tackle. Backs and receivers, Jace Whitling, who has at least one catch in 14 of his last 15 games, the junior wide receiver, along with Mark Rack, the 150-pound junior wide receiver. Backs are Jace Lang, the 185-pound senior, Lance Lang, the 170-pound junior, and Bryce Side, the 180-pound junior, and the sophomore quarterback is Cade Harris. That's a look at our starting lineups. We're back with kickoff after this from Lewis Field Stadium on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car, bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Eagle Communications, our community connected. Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications. When you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K-Lawn, Kirk Maska and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marian, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
The Monarchs Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy on 99.5 KHAZ and HayesPost.com.
The Marian Monarchs take on the Cimarron Blue Jays. Jonathan Slager back with you as the Monarchs will open with the football. So get a chance to receive this opening kick as they take on the Blue Jays. Quick uniform update brought to you by Phase 2. Cimarron will be in their road whites. They have the dark blue numbers with a dark blue helmet. Meanwhile, TMP is in their SJMA uniforms. Tonight's on Military Appreciation, the St. Joseph Military Academy uniforms in those dark blue with the blue numbers trimmed in white. They have the white pants and the dark blue helmet with the gray face mask and the silver, that chrome TMP logo on the side. That's our Phase 2 uniform update. For business polos to team gear, your first choice should be Phase 2 screen printing and embroidery. No minimum order plus quick turnaround time. Phase 2 screen printing and embroidery. They're just down Vine on 22nd Street next to Big D's Rental in Hayes. Monarchs will open with the footballs that receive the opening kick, and we are underway. A booming kick that will take the Monarch return man back into the end zone for a touchback, as Cade Harris was about a foot deep into the end zone, or had 1 foot deep into the end zone, and that's where the Monarchs will open up the game with a touchback and start this one at their own 20-yard line. So we get this one underway between the Monarchs and the Cimarron Blue Jays. Blue Jays on defense will run a four-man front. We'll see a lot of a 4-3 for the Blue Jays. Meanwhile, the Monarchs will start in this double wing formation. Harris will work underneath center on a 1st down and 10. They'll send a man in motion to the right. They get it to a handoff to Lance Lang, trying to run off of that right side, and he stood up after a short gain. So the first play of the ball game for the Monarchs is a 3-yard gain for Lance Lang. Of course, he's coming off of that really nice performance a week ago in which he rushed for 77 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He has had 2 really good games over the last couple of weeks. A career-high 84 yards against Ellis, went for 77 and a couple of touchdowns a week ago. So the Monarchs set up a 2nd down and 7 after that gain of 3 on 1st down. Lang will go in motion again. He'll get the same carry on that right side, just trying to run right behind that big offensive line of Hale, Higgins, and Jacob Sack right up the middle. And a good gain because they'll get right across the 25 up to about the 27-yard line as the Monarchs move the pile a little bit and get 3 more yards. And it sets them up with a 3rd down at about 3 on their first couple of plays here for the Monarchs. They've went right up that right side, running it right at Mason Escom, Hunter Rennick, Tanner Bailey, and Jarrett Bogner. Out on 3rd down for TMP. I'll go back to the double wing formation. Need to get 3 yards. They'll send Jace Lang in motion, and it's going to be a quarterback keeper on the right side for Cade Harris as he'll get across the 30, and Cade's got a TMP 1st down on Harris's first carry of the contest. They just ran a little quarterback keeper as he's able to get a gain of 6 on the play on 1st down as they run that little quarterback keeper and take it off of that right side. So a good start for the Monarchs as they're able to move the chains with a 1st down run for Cade Harris. A week ago, Cade rushing for 79 yards and a couple of scores against the Southwestern Heights Mustangs. Here's a first down play as TMP will work from their own 34. It's a quarterback sweep to the left side as Harris breaks and tackle at the line of scrimmage to the 40 and will get brought down at about the 42-yard line. There is a flag on the play over there on that far sideline. Ridenauer made the tackle. One of the two twins. We'll see. And it's going to be on TMP. That's going to negate a first down run in which TMP went 7 yards on that quarterback sweep. It's just basically a snapback to the quarterback, Harris, and lead blockers out in front, and he goes to that left side. Andrew Ridenauer mentioned Andrew and Seth, the twins. Harris had picked up 8 on the carry. And that first penalty on TMP is for 10 yards, and it moves them back just to a first down now and 12 play. So basically, it's a first down and a couple of yards here, plus the extra 10. They'll run the option for the first time. Harris breaks a tackle. He'll pitch it right side to Lang, who gets stacked up hard right at the 30-yard line. Good penetration that time. And Lance Lang will get dropped back to the 10-yard line. That's Braxton Harrison. Harrison tackles Lang for a loss of 4 on the play. Try to run that option for the first time of the ball game off to the right side. And a good job by the safety, Braxton Harrison, to make the tackle. The junior with 41 tackles coming in from his safety position. And now the Monarchs face a second down and 14 from the 30-yard line. Harris out of the eye for the first time. Straight drop, throwing it left side and over the top of a leaping Jace Wentling to that left side, and it's incomplete on the first pass attempt of the contest for Harris. Just trying to go to that left side for Jace Wentling, but it was too tall for the 6'3" Wentling. The junior, as I mentioned in the pregame show, with a reception in 14 of his last 15 games. It's a big third down facing TMP with a wide receiver split to each side. They'll send Jace Lang in motion. They're going to pitch it to Jace left side, and he's got a convoy out in front, but he's going to be brought down. Another great play by Harrison. Harrison was up around the line of scrimmage. He's made 2 tackles for loss on this drive, and he stops Jace Lang back inside the TMP 30. He'll lose 2 yards on his first carry of the contest. So the Monarch drive stalls after what looked to be promising. And thanks in large part to Braxton Harrison, the safety. They're playing him down along the line of scrimmage. And he's made a couple of big plays from his deep safety position, almost like a linebacker as he plays up around the line of scrimmage. So after being unable to convert, here's a low snap, and Jace Wentling will punt the football. It'll bounce at the 44, then be picked up on the hop by Ridenauer, and a great play downfield on special teams for TMP. Nowhere to go for Ridenauer as he's brought down immediately on the play as TMP's Bryce Side was down there to make the stop. Cimarron will get their first opportunity after TMP did get a first down on the drive, but was forced to punt. And now right back over for the first time of the ball game. It will be Cimarron with their first opportunity, led by Harrison. See a lot of, it's kind of like a single wing. It's a real heavy set. Harrison works as the shotgun, or the quarterback out of the pistol, and the first handoff is to Escom, trying to run right up the middle. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and then gets stacked up after Escom picks up about 3 yards on the play, just shy of the 45-yard line. Monarchs do a good job. Bryce Seib leading the way. So a gain of just a couple on the play. Mason Escom, the junior, started as the left guard, and then when Tate Siebold went down, Escom moved to tailback and has led the way the rest of the way on the season. Here's a second down and 7 play, handed off again, and a nice job up front by TMP. That second line defense right at the 45-yard line was able to stop the tailback Escom. And again, it's Bryce Seib making the tackle. Got some help on the play from Michael Hale, and it's a gain of 1 to the 45-yard line. And now it's third down and a long 7. Call it right at the 45-yard line. This Cimarron team rushing for nearly 200 yards a contest, and so that was a key focal point of the game plan for TMP on the year after really struggling the last 2 weeks against the run. Braxton Harrison will hand it for Escom again, right side, and he'll be stopped shy of the 49-yard line. He tried to cut it up. Again, Bryce Sy makes the tackle. They were running off that right guard, and just a gain of a couple sets them up with a 4th down and 5. We've already seen 3 carries for Mason Escom. We expect to see a lot from him on this game after last week, in which he rushed for a career-high 27 times, 133 yards, and 4 touchdowns in that win over the Lakin Broncos. Here's a big 4th down coming up for the Cimarron Blue Jays. The Harrison, the quarterback, will work out of the shotgun. It's a direct snap and a quarterback sweep to the left side, and he'll dive, but he won't get there. Great job by the TMP defense, and it's Andrew Schwartz from his defensive cornerback position who comes up and makes a huge play. The quarterback, Harrison, was down inside TMP territory at the 49-yard line, but it's not enough. He needed to get to the TMP 48-yard line, and they will turn it over on downs as TMP will get the football back. That's a great job by the Monarchs as they're able to stop this drive and force a turnover on downs for Cimarron. And again, Andrew Schwartz from his defensive secondary position made a great play as a turnover on downs for Cimarron, and they will give it right back to TMP as the Monarchs will take over at their own 49-yard line. With 6:46 to go in the opening quarter, still no score between the Monarchs and the Blue Jays. Lang will go in motion, and it's the option. Harris is going to keep it, makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage, and there's nowhere to go. That a good job up front. Cimarron has really read that option so far as TMP has not been able to get anything going. As once again, a good job up front. Ridenauer is in there on the tackle as well as Seifert, who did a really nice job from his, actually it was Tanner Bailey, the junior, from his defensive tackle position that stopped Cade Harris for a loss of 1 on the play. And again, Harrison, Braxton Harrison, the safety, was up near the line of scrimmage and forced Harris to keep that and try and cut it back up. So a short loss for TMP sets him up 2nd down at along 11. Here's a quarterback sweep to the right side. He's got a couple of blockers out in front and then gets popped hard into Cimarron territory as Harris gets hit hard on the play. Coming up to make that tackle that time, a couple of different players for the Cimarron Blue Jays, including Michael Feltman. As Feltman, the middle linebacker, stops Harris, who picks up 4 on the play, and now the Monarchs face a 3rd down and 7. Feltman wearing 58 this week. He normally is a tight end wearing 44, but that middle linebacker wearing 58 this week makes a huge play there on the sideline. They show blitz. TMP's going to run it right side with Lance Lang. Slams into the line of scrimmage, then gets a good push as he'll get inside the Cimarron 45-yard line all the way down to the Cimarron 43 as Lance will pick up 6 on that carry. It's not enough for a 1st down, but you move the chains or move the line of scrimmage a little bit to make the 4th down play much easier as it's now 4th down and 3 facing TMP. Got to get it to the Cimarron 41-yard line. Monarchs have really ran it right up the middle. Hunter Rennick, he's a 240-pound senior. Mentioned Tanner Bailey once already, the 200-pound junior, and then Feldman in the middle, the 185-pound junior linebacker. They are big up front. Here's a big 3rd down play for TMP. It's 3rd down and a short 2. Snap it back to the quarterback, Harris. They'll give it off to the fullback, Bryce Seib, and he's got the 1st down. Seib just bouncing off defenders, was able to get inside the 30, or make it inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. On the first carry of the ball game for Bryce Seib, TMP gets a 1st down. Looks like the Monarchs have made a decision. They're going to run right behind Michael Hale, the sophomore center, the freshman guard, Colton Higgins, and then the senior guard, Jacob Sack, right up the middle. They've found some success, including on that fullback play there on a 1st down for TMP. As the ball moves to the 38, here's a little counter. Again, it's Bryce Seib. Seib trying to work off that left side, and this time he is stacked up with not a lot of running room that time. Just a couple on his 2nd carry of the contest. As Tanner Bailey makes the tackle from his defensive line position. And again, the Monarchs able to move the chains just a little bit, or move rather the line of gain a little bit, getting it to the Cimarron 35. This is a quick moving 1st quarter with 3:40 to play in this first quarter. It's just the second offensive possession for TMP. They did get a first down, but were forced to punt. Cimarron, meanwhile, turned it over on downs. Here's the second down play. They run it with Lance Lang left side this time, and Lance is close to the 30-yard line before he is stacked up on the play, and a great push as TMP got a couple of extra yards for Lance Lang as he'll get to the 35, maybe just shy of the 35. He picks up 5 yards on that carry. Just methodically pushing the line of scrimmage, something that this TMP offensive line has really done well this season. Here's a big third down play. It's 3rd down and 3. Need to get it down to about the 27 of the Cimarron Blue Jays. Cimarron showing blitz. Harris is going to hand it right side. It's Lance Lang, and Lang's got a little bit of a seam and pushes the pile forward and gets stacked up, and we'll get to the Cimarron 26-yard line. That's enough for a first down as Lang picks up 4 on the play. Monarchs' offensive line is doing a great job of pushing the Cimarron defensive line on every play so far, and it's been really right up the middle where they found some success. Tried to run the option a couple of times, and it hasn't worked, but so far, Lang right up the middle has 17 yards already on 6 carries. There's a first down play from the Cimarron 25-yard line. Lang will go in motion. Harris is going to go to the right side, and he gets hit in the backfield and dropped. Good play up front that time. Shooting through was Michael Rojas, the junior defensive lineman. He beat one of the TMP offensive linemen across the nose. They were trying to run to the right side, and he got beat inside, and Rojas tackles the quarterback Harris for a loss of 1 on the play. Rojas rotating in on that defensive line, 175-pound junior, along with Bailey and Rennick. Seifert, the linebacker, with Feltman and Clay Frink. We haven't called his name yet in this contest. Here's a second down and long 10. Little play action, right side. Harris looking to throw as he airs it down the field, and it is intercepted. It was thrown behind, rather in front of a TMP receiver. They will say that it's a catch. So the first turnover as Andrew Ridenauer, the senior, makes the reception. It's the interception at the 5-yard line. So Monarchs will give the football back. They were looking down the field on a little play action pass. Harris had 2 receivers down there, but it was in between both of them, and now Cimarron will take over at their own 5-yard line following the turnover. No score, minute 33 to play here in this first quarter. Cimarron, their second offensive possession of the first half. It'll be a keeper right side, and Harrison trying to get to the corner. He's got a big gain as he'll get the first down and then get popped in the back shy of the 19-yard line. He took it off that right side, and Jace Whitling makes the tackle. Braxton Harrison kept it on the quarterback option to that right side, just that read option, and he picks up a gain of 15 as Harrison gets the first down of the ball game for the Cimarron Blue Jays, just running off of that right side. Braxton Harrison, he's a weapon on the ground, has over 900 career rushing yards for the junior in his second full year of starting. Nearly a motion up front, or rather in the backfield for Cimarron as they hand it off to Escom once again. Jay Slang will make the tackle after a gain of 4 for Escom, who has 9 yards now on 4 carries. He came in rushing right at 500 yards in his career, with 276 yards on the season. Most of those coming into last week's win over Lakin, which he rushed for 133 yards. But again, he started the year at left guard, but has moved into the backfield. Harrison looking to pass here on a second down play. It's an out route left side. Ridenauer's got the catch to the 32, and he'll be chopped down, but not before he picks up 9 on the play. Harris over there, and Schwartz in coverage as well on the first pass completion of the ball game for Harrison as it goes to Ridenauer, and it's the second first down of this contest on a gain of 9. To the wide receiver Ridenauer, the senior. Again, Seth and Andrew, the twins, are the wide receivers for the Cimarron Blue Jays. They'll send a wide receiver, in fact, 2 of them to the right side. Here's the option. They'll pitch it late. It is Jansen who gets blown up in the backfield. What a great play by Cade Harris running downhill from his safety position to make that tackle in the backfield. It'll be a loss. giving forward progress to the 27-yard line, so he loses 5 on the play for the final play of this first quarter. It's a quick-moving first quarter that sees no score between the Monarchs and the Cimarron Blue Jays. As we head to the second quarter, Monarch Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Next Tech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Next Tech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes K. Long, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marian, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
No score between TMP and Cimarron as we played our first quarter of action. We welcome you back into Lewis Field Stadium. A first quarter that on the clock takes 12 minutes. On the real time, 20 minutes for our first quarter. That was a fast-moving first quarter. Cimarron will have it a second down and 14 after a big loss there on first down of 4 yards as they have it from their own 28-yard line. As they'll switch fields and go now from our right to our left. It'll be a quarterback run-pass option, and Harrison with a flag on the play is wrapped up. He'll throw it late, has a pass that is complete shy of the 40-yard line. He was in the grasp of a TMP defender, but was able to get that pass away and throw it to the left side to Ridenauer, who made the catch, but this one's coming back on a holding penalty called right in the middle of that Cimarron offensive line. They just rolled the quarterback, Harrison to the left, slowly, and it was definitely a run-pass option, and he was in the grasp of a TMP defender, but was just able to get that football away. But unfortunately, a backside holding penalty for Cimarron is going to result in their first penalty of the contest for 10 yards. Monarchs had a penalty of 10 yards on their opening drive as well on a holding. So what was a second down and 14 becomes second down and 24, and they're backed all the way to their own 17-yard line. Here's a handoff. Escom is going to be wrapped up and dropped. Good job up front. TMP is able to make the play as shooting through there and making contact first on Escom was Bryce Seib. I think they'll give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Seib got help from Michael Hale in his defensive line position. He made a good play to just stand up that blocker right in front of him and force Escom to bounce it inside. Here's a big third down and 24. If you're TMP, you can't let anything behind you. They have to get for a first down past the Cimarron 42-yard line with 11:05 to go in this opening half and no score. Handoff, they'll run it right side. It's Escom who will be brought down as he gets across the TMP 20-yard line. And in fact, he'll get about to the 22-yard line. Ankle tackled from behind by Michael Hale. Obviously just deciding that they'd rather try and maybe play for field position after that short gain for Escom. He picks up 6, but it's not nearly enough for a first down, and TMP's going to get this football back, barring something going seriously wrong with 10:30 to go here in this opening half and no score. Punting it away is Harrison. This is a good kick that'll turn over. Cade Harris at the 42-yard line on the right side of the hash. Harris has got the wall set up here to the near side of the 40. Harris cuts back to the 40 and inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line. And TMP's going to have great field position as Eli Green comes up to make the tackle. The junior backup quarterback for the Cimarron Blue Jays, but TMP on a great return for Cade Harris is going to have great field position inside Cimarron territory, and a chance here for the Monarchs to maybe take advantage of a good return as they'll start at the Cimarron 36-yard line officially with 10:17 to play in this first half and no score. Monarchs with that double wing formation. Whitling's the wide receiver to the left here on first down and 10. They'll send Jace Lang in motion, and Jace is going to get the call to the left side, trying to just find a little bit of running room off of that left side, and he keeps moving the pile inside the 35 and then gets shoved down. Michael Rojas helped to bring him down and then pops him back up as popped one of the offensive linemen back up after a gain for TMP of about 3 yards on the play. On the second carry of the contest for Jace Lang. Jace a week ago had a couple of receptions for 10 yards, also carried it twice in the contest. Gets his second carry here of the early going. 9:40 and counting in this opening quarter. Wide receivers now to each side as TMP goes to the double wing formation. Lance Lang will go in motion. Now it's a quarterback sweep to the left side as Lang was a blocker. Cade just trying to keep it right behind that guard, but not a lot of running room as he's stacked up on the play. Clay Frink, the senior linebacker, makes the tackle. Harris gets to the 32, picks up 2, and now a third down for TMP. They've really made a concerted effort to try and run right behind Sack, Hale, and Higgins, and those three have done a nice job helping to get extra yardage for the Monarchs. Monarchs will go back to the double wing formation, a wide receiver to the right side. They go heavy off to that right side, and it's a sweep on the quarterback for Harris. Harris directing traffic, got a block inside the 30. Cade trying to get to the first down, pylon to that right side. See where they spot him out of bounds. They had him near the 25-yard line, but he's going to be short. Spot him just inside the 27. Goes down as a gain of 5. He needed 6, and it's fourth down for TMP. They moved an offensive lineman to the right side of that offensive formation at that time. So basically you had a guard and a tackle, or and a tight end on the left side of the formation, and Harris just with a quarterback sweep to that right side. Got a little bit of running room, but not quite enough as they are just shy of the first down. They need a yard, so Monarch Faithful comes to life here on the near sideline on a fourth down and 1, and they'll go right up the middle and get the first down. Just take it right up the middle for TMP, and they get the first down. As the quarterback Harris just right up inside to the 22-yard line. It ends up being gain of 5 and a first down. As Harris now over 28 yards on the contest, and it gets TMP their 4th first down of the contest. 8.5 to go in this one. No score here in this first quarter, or first half now, rather, for TMP and Cimarron. Monarchs will send a wide receiver to the right side of the formation. Harris underneath center. It's the same play. Quarterback sneak off the left side, and he gets stacked up inside the 20, down to about the 19-yard line. As Harris will get a couple stacked up on the inside. Alex Seifert, the 175-pound junior linebacker. Talked about Seifert, Michael Feltman, and Clay Frink. 3 really good linebackers. Frink was one of their top tacklers back from a year ago. Him and other linebacker Tate Siebold. Of course, Tate, a very good wrestler, 2-time runner-up in Class 3-2-1A for the Blue Jays, but got banged up earlier this year and is out for the season. Monarchs facing a second down and 8. They'll hand it right side for Lang, trying to run off of that right tackle position. Cut it right off of that defensive end and picked up a couple of more yards as Frink will make the tackle again. Spot him down to the 17-yard line. So a gain of 3 for Lang. And now it's third down again for TMP. Third down and 5. So Monarchs on their 3rd offensive possession of the contest. Took over at the Cimarron 36-yard line and have drove 20 yards to the 16. Here's a big third down play. They'll send Lang in motion. That's Lance to the right side. It'll be a quarterback dive off the left side for Cade Harris, trying to get to that pylon, and he's awful close. They needed the 11. And I think it's going to be enough for a first down. They will take a peek, and it is enough for a TMP first down. It'll be the 5th first down of the game for TMP as Harris picks up 5, and the Monarchs move the chains again. Down to the Cimarron 10-yard line. They're just outside the 10, so they can still get a first down. With 6:40 and counting here in this opening half. No score, but TMP is driving. They've got a wide receiver split to each side, tight end as well as they go back to the I formation. Harris underneath center. They'll hand it for Lang, trying to run off of that left side, and he's fighting close to the 5-yard line. Got a little extra push. Referees will stack him up right about the 8-yard line. Garrett Pfeiffer, of course, that left tackle position, helping to push that pile. They say he picks up 3 before he's tackled by the middle of that Cimarron defense. Here's a 2nd and 7 play. Just running off that left side. Wentling now on 2nd down and 7, ball from the 8. Is the wide receiver. Wentling is to the left side. Lang will go in motion. They fake the pitch, give it to Bryce Seib, who stutter steps behind the line of scrimmage, then went to the right, and Bryce is close to the 6-yard line on a gain of 2. Just running that fullback trap right up the middle. Seifert again on the tackle. Also got some help on the play, that time from Bailey. Tanner Bailey. So 3rd down and 5 as Bryce Seib gets a couple on that carry. Again, 2 plays to get 5 yards. 2 plays maybe to get 6 and a touchdown. Schwartz will be the wide receiver to the right side of the formation. Wentling is off to the left. So it's that 2-back formation. Harris underneath center here on a 3rd down play. Motion man is Seib. It's going to be a quarterback keeper to the left side. Harris, he's hit at the line of scrimmage, or hit it behind the line of scrimmage and got away from a would-be tackler in Tanner Bailey, but he can't get back to the line of scrimmage. As they will say he lost a yard on the play, and now it's 4th down. See what the Monarchs decide to do here on a key 4th down play. 4th down and 6 from the 7-yard line. They're from the left hash. So it's probably not as Coach Harris is going to take the timeout, this is probably not the ideal position to take the time, or to take maybe a field goal attempt with 4:33 to go, because you're from the left hash and you're also at the 7-yard line. And the junior kicker for TMP, Wentling, has struggled a little bit as of late kicking field goals. Game brought to you apart by Next Tech, Midwest Energy, Gibbs Auto Supply, Steel Fabrications, and Heartland Building Center. Monarchs take their first time out of the contest here on a 4th down and 6. They turned it over on an interception on their last drive at the 5-yard line, but Cimarron was forced to give it back to TMP, and the great return by Cade Harris set him up at the Cimarron 36-yard line. That was with 10:17 to go. Monarchs have nearly taken 6 minutes off of this clock to drive from the 36 to the 7. That's the Cimarron 36 to the Cimarron 7-yard line. Out of the timeout, we'll see what TMP and Coach Jay Harris has decided to do. They're going to line up and go for the field goal, so it will be a 24-yard Jace Wentling field goal attempt. The snap by Hale, the hold by Harris. The kick on the way from Wentling is up, and it is good, and Jace Wentling knocks down the field goal. It is his 3rd career field goal, this one from 24 yards out to put TMP on top 3-0, and it comes with 4:28 to play here in this first half, as the Monarchs will take a 3-0 lead, thanks to the field goal of Wentling, of course, against the Plainville Cardinals. He had 2 big field goals, and this one gives TMP a 3-0 lead. He made those 2 field goals in week number 3 against Plainville, then missed a field goal against Ellis. Bounced back here and makes his 3rd career field goal, this one from 24 yards out, and TMP takes a 3-0 lead with 4:28 to go, which could be a huge play in this contest. Of course, the Monarchs, as I mentioned, as part of our uniform updates, wearing the SJMA uniforms. They're the dark blue. They've got the blue numbers with the white trim, so it's a little bit hard to see, but on a beautiful night here at Lewis Field Stadium, a nice clear night, they really pop here from where we are sitting up top. Of course, using this opportunity on Military Appreciation Night to honor St. Joseph Military Academy and all the former Monarch football players know all about everything that goes into it, and quite frankly, the school as well. A great presentation earlier today, and then also the students with a good presentation right before the game as a part of the military appreciation night here. So it's always cool when both teams carry out the flags and both teams take part in that ceremony here before the game. TMP leads 3-0. Whitling, who just made the field goal, is going to line drive this kick. That will be fielded right around the 12-yard line. It's Ridenauer who goes right up the middle and into the hands of Jace Lang. As Lang will make the tackle, Ridenauer gets thrown back. I think they'll give him forward progress to the 30-yard line. Seth Ridenauer, the senior, makes the return out to the 30-yard line, and with TMP now leading 3-0, it'll be Cimarron back out there following the TMP field goal. Short time now with 4:21 to play in this first half, and the Blue Jays have it just on the TMP side of the Cimarron 31-yard line. So far, Cimarron with a punt, making a turnover on downs and a punt on their first two possessions. Little play action, read option pass as Harrison will come back over the middle and complete the pass right in front of Lance Lang. It'll be Ridenauer who makes the catch. That was a dangerous pass, but a completion across the 35 to the 36-yard line. As Ridenauer will make his second reception of the contest. This one goes for 6 yards. He's got a couple of receptions for 15 yards. Lance Lang was right there. In fact, they had two defenders and a couple of different Cimarron Blue Jays in that same vicinity as well. Monarchs nearly come off sides, but we're going to get movement up front, and it will be on Cimarron. The left guard moved. And they do move Michael Feltman into that left guard position. They have moved guys around all year long as Cimarron has dealt with injuries. Feltman has played tight end most of the year, but now at that left guard position. That 5-yard penalty will be their second of the ball game. Harrison again looking to pass. He'll throw it up the middle, and he's got the completion, and here's a big gain across midfield as Whitling makes the tackle on the receiver, but not before Cimarron's able to get it to the TMP 46-yard line. So a good gain that time as Harrison rolled out, so they get it to the 46. It's a gain of 18 on the play as Ridenauer makes the reception and a first down for the Cimarron Blue Jays. It's their third of the contest. They've started to roll Braxton Harrison out a little bit of the pocket, and he's throwing back across his body, and that time he gets the completion to Ridenauer. Here's the same pass. It's the RPO. This time he's in trouble. Gets away from Hess, and now he's going to take off and run as he gets away from a Monarch, and with a flag on the play, he'll go out of bounds as Jace Lang ran him out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. Out of bounds, it's going to be a hold called on Cimarron at the 32-yard line. That flag's back at the 42-yard line. As it goes right now, it'll be a first down gain of 14. But they're calling a holding penalty on Cimarron, one of the offensive linemen for Cimarron. And they moved a lot of guys around. Michael Rojas is the offensive lineman. He had something to say to the official after the flag was thrown, I think trying to maybe plead his case. TMP will take the penalty. It'll be a hold from the 42-yard line. Harrison would have had a first down, but lucky for TMP, there was a holding penalty. So we've already seen adjustments now. That's a spot foul. It's the third penalty of the contest on Cimarron. It's their second holding penalty. Ball back to the 48. 3:05 and counting here in this first half. TMP on a field goal leads 3-0. Two wide receivers to the left. They'll send a man in motion. Handoff. Eskimo. He's blown up in the backfield and dropped. Good penetration for TMP up front as the Monarchs continue to play well. This time coming through was Jace Lang for the tackle for loss. Back to the 45-yard line. And Eskimo loses 3 on that carry. And TMP makes it a second down and even longer now. It's second down and 18 after the loss of 3. Jace Lang had a sack a week ago against Southwestern Heights, his third career, making his 4th career sack, his 3rd of this season. And that's a big tackle for loss. Here's a big play as Harrison makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage. Jump pass over the middle, and it's well shy of his intended target. Looking over the middle for Charles Salyer. I haven't called his name a whole lot. As Charles Sawyer, the intended target. That, by the way, is the first time that Braxton Harrison has been off the mark in the contest. He has 2 pass completions, actually now 3 of 4. He just did complete that 18-yard pass play a moment ago to Ridenauer. Sawyer's the wide receiver to the right. That was a jump pass and a dangerous one at that because Lance Lang was in the vicinity. Sawyer was there, but it was well shy. It was a big 3rd down and 17 from the 45. Play action. Harrison running out of time. Jump pass left side. Trying to go to the sideline, and Ridenauer bobbles it, and it's out of bounds. He caught it on the sideline, but he just bobbled it enough, and Andrew Schwartz was just pesky enough in his hip pocket to make sure that Ridenauer did not make that catch. What a huge play, because Ridenauer had a little bit of room, but he bobbled it and stepped out of bounds before he could bring it in. And now, after back-to-back incomplete passes, it's 4th down facing the Cimarron Blue Jays with 2:09 to play here in this opening half. TMP leading 3-0. And it looks like we'll see another punt from the Cimarron Blue Jays. It's Braxton Harrison punt this football away. Harrison with a short kick. It'll be Cade Harris at the 20-yard line. Cade to that right side, and that will slide down across the 35 to the 36. We've seen Harris make a couple of good punt returns on the last 2 opportunities from him that set TMP up with good field position last time, but the Cimarron at 36, and they took advantage with the field goal. And now this time, Cade will bring it across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and that's where TMP will take over. But short time here with 2 minutes to go in this opening half. TMP leads 3-0 on the field goal for Jace Wentling. Monarchs will go to the spread for the first time in the contest. Harris will work out of the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to each side. Cade looking to pass, pressure in his face. He's going to take off and run to the near side, got a block to the 35, and now will go down shy of the 38-yard line. He saw the defender coming, and Michael Rojas brought him down. Had Braxton Harrison coming right into his grill, and it'll be a gain of 2 on the play for Cade Harris. I think you can say enough about the play of Braxton Harrison so far in this contest. He has been all over the place defensively for Cimarron. 1.5 to go in this one. Ball to the 39-yard line of TMP. See how eager the Monarchs are to hurry. They are running out of time, need to hurry on the play clock, need to get the snap off. Harris just does beat the snap clock. They'll hand it for Bryce Syme. He gets stacked up and driven back, trying to bounce it off that left side. It's Michael Rojas again. He's been big in the middle of that defensive line, and Jared Baugner big up front as well. He's in that defensive line position as Syme goes nowhere back to the line of scrimmage. And now it's 3rd down with 53 seconds to go. Cimarron has all 3 timeouts left here in this first half. If you're Coach Harris and company, you have a 3-0 lead. Now, you do have to kick the football to Cimarron to start the second half, but you wonder how aggressive you'll be. Harris, again, looks at the play clock. They'll send Lang in motion. He'll get the call. It's Lance trying to bounce it out to the right side, and he's going to get the first down. Monarchs run it off that right side, and Lance Lang tackled by Braxton Harrison. But now before he gets the first down to the TMP 48-yard line, it's a gain of 9 for the 6th first down here for TMP. You can move the chains. And a timeout taken by the Monarchs. I think they were more than willing to just set on a 3-0 lead, try and get you some running room, or maybe a little bit of breathing room for a punt, but that completely changes everything you do as the Monarchs will take their second timeout with 26 seconds to go here in this first half, leading 3-0. I think you're Coach Harris now. You're more inclined with 1 timeout to maybe take a shot. You've got a lot of time. Clock stops with the first down, so you can take a couple of different opportunities to take some shots. So we'll see what the Monarchs do. They'll have a first down and 10 from the 48. Our game brought to you in parts by Hayes Kalon, Discount Siding, Shelter Insurance Agent Dustin Shoemaker, and Field Abstract and Title. Of course, coming up here at the halftime break, we will get a Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. We'll update you on those Hayes High Indians. They are taking on the Mavericks of Mays South. Just taking a quick peek, see if we can find some area games while we've got an opportunity here at this break. Beloit leads Minneapolis 20-7. That's of interest just because those two teams are kind of opposite of TMP in district number 8 in Class 2A, so you kind of look at maybe who would be taking on TMP in the potential first round of that Week 9 game later this year. Plainville leads Ellenwood 22-0. That's our Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Monarchs set a first down and 10. Have it from their own 48. They'll go one wide receiver to each side in the two-back formation. Lance Lang will go to motion. They fake the handoff to him, and it's a Harris keeper to the near side. Harris to the 50. Little stop and start, and it's going to be brought down. Good job that time by Frink. He got a hold of Harris's jersey and pulled him back as Cade got to midfield, but just not really anywhere else to go. And I think the Monarchs are just going to let this clock wind down. It'll be down to 5 seconds, and that will do it for our first half as TMP gets a first half field goal from Jace Whitling, and that'll do it. Nope, TMP's going to take a timeout. So they'll take the timeout. Looked like Coach Harris maybe thought maybe he would just decide to go ahead and sit on the lead, but they will take the timeout. So we'll have one more play here, potentially for TMP at the end of this first half, leading 3-0. Monarchs get that field goal. From Jace Whitling, his third career field goal. To give them a 3-0 lead. Elsewhere around the area tonight, we're trying to keep you up to date on some scores. Smithsonian leads El Saline 7-0. May South and Hayes High tied at 7. Those were both first quarter scores, as was Oakley leading Sacred Heart 14-0. Our Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. TMP will have it from their own 49-yard line with 2 seconds to go in this first half, and working out of the shotgun as they'll send two wide receivers to each side, and they snap it. Now it's a little flea flicker back to Harris, the quarterback. Cade rolling right. He's going to throw across his body as Jace Lang will come back and make the catch down at the 33-yard line, but that will do it for our first half as he picks up 34 yards on that reception. It's the first pass completion of the contest for Cade Harris, as it goes for 34 yards and a first down, but that will do it as TMP here at the break will lead Cimarron 3-0 on a first half field goal. As we head to the timeout, TMP leads 3-0 at halftime on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications, when you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes Kalon, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball. Your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for.
A first half James Whitling field goal, the difference in our contest so far as the TMP-Marian Monarchs lead the Cimarron Blue Jays at the break at 3-0 as we welcome you into our halftime. Of course, it is Military Appreciation Night here at Lewis Field Stadium for the Monarchs, so a nice opportunity to honor some of the veterans and military members here at Lewis Field Stadium. So they bring in the motorcycle riders, many of them with their American flag, and they'll line the field right, or line the grandstands right in front of us. They'll also bring some members out onto the field as well. So we have a little bit of a longer halftime show because it is Military Appreciation Night. So very cool for, of course, it always is a lot of fun here on Military Appreciation Night as they honor members of the military here this evening. So that's why we've got a little bit of a longer halftime performance on this one here this evening. As we move along here in our halftime break, we'll get a chance to update you on some scores from around the area. Plus, we will, on our Hayes Kalon scoreboard update, we'll also get a chance here in just a moment to check in with the TMP-Marian boys soccer program. We want to do that here in just a little bit as part of our halftime spotlight. It's a pretty low-scoring contest between the Monarchs and the Cimarron Blue Jays, and you thought maybe it could go one of two ways, where these two teams would play to this low-scoring contest, two pretty good defenses, or maybe both teams would find a way to put up some points there in that first half, because the Monarchs have struggled against the run. Cimarron has struggled a little bit against the pass and the spread formation, so you thought maybe there was a chance that we could get a high-scoring affair, but we have not seen that in the first half. It's been a defensive slugfest so far, and it's been a good one as TMP leads 3-0 here at halftime thanks to that first-half field goal. That's pretty much it. In that first half, TMP would end up on their first-half possessions with a punt and interception, then got that field goal. Meanwhile, for Cimarron, a punt, a turnover, or making a turnover on downs, and two punts there in that first half. So that's it for the scoring. It's been a pretty even matchup and a 3-0 Monarch lead so far here in this one. We'll get a scoreboard update as we move along here at halftime, where TMP leads Cimarron 3-0. Let's pause for a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll get a chance to hear from TMP boys soccer assistant coach Tyler Rushoff. He'll join us next as we update you on the TMP-Marian soccer program, the boys soccer program here at halftime. Again, TMP at halftime leads Cimarron 3-0 on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Adams, Brown, Barrett, and Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car, bigger vehicle for a family trip, or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Eagle Communications, our community connected. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
Back into Lewis Field. It is halftime, and that means it's time for us now to check in with one of the TMP programs as part of our halftime spotlight. And we're joined now by assistant TMP boys soccer coach Tyler Rushoff. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. We appreciate Tyler joining us and an opportunity to talk a little bit about the boys soccer program. And Tyler, the assistant coach, so he's joining us here today. I know it's been a little bit of a rocky season, Tyler, but overall, just kind of give us a synopsis of how you thought your team has played so far.
Well, since the beginning of the season, we have become a whole different team. We're starting to see the space on the soccer field and use it. With the soccer season, we've had some games where we've been down a man with no subs, and then we've had a couple games where we had just enough to play with no subs. And these guys, they have a lot of heart. They just keep working, and my hat's off to them because I don't know if I could do it.
Well, and I know we had talked too with Coach Lawson and with you about it is kind of a little bit of a rough season because of a lot of inexperience. You talk about some of the experience that has graduated over the last several years, and this is, as you said, a group that's struggling a little bit with numbers, but then also experience. Where you talked about it too a minute ago about seeing space on the soccer field and on the pitch and everything. Talk a little bit about the improvements that you've seen from your young group.
Half of our team, this is their first year ever playing soccer, and just their individual touches, like their first touch off of the ball, and then seeing the field and playing the ball into space. I mean, that's really all you can ask for with the soccer team, and those young guys, they're starting to wrap their head around the concept of it, and they're starting to get the mindset of a soccer player.
And I know, with the co-op with Ellis, talk a little bit about how that's went. I know they had they unfortunately had to deal with a little quarantine issue at the beginning of the season, but, they are a big part of the program too.
Oh, yeah. Without them, I don't know if we could have a program. Those guys, they ride down from Ellis every single day. They're almost the hardest working players on the team. They really want to be there. And
I'm curious. We talk about COVID a little bit. How's that been a challenge? I know the tournament at Mays got canceled. Had a matchup with Wichita, one of the Wichita schools. Not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I had that canceled as well. How has that affected what you guys have done?
So pretty much when we have a game that got canceled, we'll set up a scrimmage for the guys so they still get that game-like feel on those days, and so they still get that game-like conditioning, and I think that has helped with their morale a little bit because they know, like, we're supposed to be playing a game today. What do we need? What are we going to do? So we've been scrimmaging to kind of replicate what we lost.
You got one regular season matchup left. It's a week from this past Thursday. It's Hayes High, and that's always a good time when you get the two Hayes schools together.
Oh, yeah. It's a good way to celebrate soccer as a whole in Hayes. Throughout the years, soccer has been going kind of down, but I think that there's a comeback coming, and I always like playing Hayes High. I know they like playing us, especially at the end of the game. We usually come together and just be a city instead of two rival schools.
And finally, we'll get you out of here with this. You've got Hayes High and then regionals. What do you need to see from your group over the next couple of weeks?
Over the next couple of weeks, I'm planning on getting everybody to come together more as one single team, making sure that everybody's touch is where it needs to be. And I tell them we've been playing 5A, 6A schools all season. We have a really fast pace of soccer that we've seen, and with the lower competition at regionals, I think that we'll be surprised with how well we do.
All right, very good. Well, we appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Once again, that's Coach Tyler Rushoff with the TMP Boys Soccer Program joining us here at a halftime. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll continue on here from Lewis Field Stadium. The Monarch Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Adams, Brown, Barrett & Ball, your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car, bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for. Eagle Communications, our community connected. Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications. When you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes Kalon, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Thomas More Prep Marian, building communities of faith, knowledge, and service. Jeter Law Firm, proud to support student athletes, partners you can rely on. Jeter Law Firm.
Back inside Lewis Field on our halftime show. It's time for us now to take a quick look at some of the scores from around the area. We'll get you a look at our halftime, or our first half numbers here in just a little bit. We start with Hoisington and Norton tied at 6 apiece. They're in that matchup there in districts. Hoisington 6-0, so a little bit of a surprise there. Norton finally, it looks like maybe getting healthy though. So that game tied at 6 at halftime. Elsewhere, last check on the first quarter, Oakley led Sacred Heart 14-0, and Smith Center led El Saline 7-0. Those two games are 1A district matchups. The other two teams in that district include Plainville and Ellenwood. The Cardinals having no trouble with the Ellenwood Eagles tonight in Ellenwood, 35-0 in that first half score. Goodland leads Russell 20-8. Elsewhere on our Hayes Kalon scoreboard update, Hayes High trails Mays South in the first half 21-7. And quickly from the 8-man ranks tonight, Trigo is behind Hill City 27-0. And Victoria in the first quarter all over. That score, by the way, is at half in the first half between Hill City and Trigo, with the Ringnecks leading the Golden Eagles 27-0. And Victoria leading Tesket in the first quarter. It was 44-0. Hope to get you some other scores as we move along here. That's our Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. The green grass you want in the spring starts with spring in the fall by Hayes Kalon. Call Kirk Maska at 623-0674. Kurt Viner at 623-8427. Take a timeout. When we come back, we will get you our first half numbers as the Monarchs lead the Cimarron Blue Jays 3-0 in the break. And the Monarch Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications. When you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes Kalon, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements. Adams, Brown, Barron, and Ball. Your trusted advisors providing you with commitment, experience, and integrity. Hertz Rent-A-Car. Bigger vehicle for a family trip or a car that gets excellent gas mileage for the next business trip? Book with Hertz Rent-A-Car on 8th Street in Hayes. Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal and RM Custom Metals. When it hails, when it pours, one thing's for sure, Roof Masters is who you're looking for.
The Monarchs Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy on 99.5 KHAZ and HayesPost.com.
The TMP-Marian Monarchs on top of the Cimarron Blue Jays here at the break, 3-0, thanks to that 24-yard Jace Wentling field goal. It's time for us now to take a look at some of our first half numbers in the contest. First, we start with the TMP-Marian Monarchs, which they had 81 rushing yards and 34 passing yards. Cade Harris was 1 of 3 passing with that one catch by Jace Lang at the end of the first half for 34 yards. Elsewhere, Harris rushes for 39 first half yards. Lance Lang with 32 yards there in that first half. For the Cimarron Blue Jays, they were led by Braxton Harrison, the quarterback, who rushed 2 times for 19 yards. Also end up with 12 yards on the ground for Mason Escom. So Escom with 12 yards there. They ended up, though, with 26 yards rushing in that first half. And they also had 33 passing yards for a total of 59 yards here in that first half. Harrison completing 3 of his 5 pass attempts in that first half, 2 of them to Ridenauer, to Seth Ridenauer for 15. His brother Andrew had 1 catch for 18 yards in that first half. So let's look at the first half numbers, where TMP on a Jace Wentling field goal there in that second quarter leads Cimarron 3-0. As we'll take our final break of the halftime show, and we come back, we'll have the second half kickoff as the Monarchs lead the Blue Jays 3-0 here at the break on the Monarch Sports Network. It is powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Nextech. Get a great deal on internet, video, voice, and business services from the technology experts. Nextech. Midwest Energy, a customer-owned cooperative providing safe, reliable, and efficient energy services and promoting growth throughout the region. Gibbs Auto Supply, over 200,000 parts and accessories and great staff to take care of you in Hayes and La Crosse. Steel Fabrications. When you need something fixed and you need it done fast and need it done right, call Steel Fab. Heartland Building. When it's time to get the job done, see why so many builders rely on Heartland Building Center with a huge stock of building materials. Hayes Kalon, Kirk Maska, and Kurt Viner. State Glass Company, locally owned and operated since 1948. 5th and Main, downtown Hayes. Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making
lead the Cimarron Blue Jays 3-0 thanks to that field goal from Jace Wentling in that second quarter. It's been a defensive battle throughout, which has the TMP-Marian Monarchs on top. They limit Cimarron to just 59 yards total offense in that first half. Cimarron's drives in the first half look like this: turnover on downs, punt, and punt. Meanwhile, for TMP, their first half drives are a punt, an interception, in which Cimarron took over at the their own 5-yard line. The Wentling field goal, in which the Monarchs had a drive that started at the Cimarron 36-yard line that resulted in the 24-yard field goal. They took just shy of 6 full minutes off the clock to drive what ended up being 19 yards from the 36 to the 7-yard line. So the Monarchs and these two teams really going at it in a slugfest so far. Again, here at halftime, TMP leads 3-0 over the Cimarron Blue Jays. Monarch Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy. They will get you back in the game fast after injury, offering dry needling and deep tissue laser therapy to speed up the healing process. Free consultation, and you'll see the same physical therapist every visit. Herman Physical Therapy. They love helping people, and don't forget to check them out on Facebook. Monarchs opened up the ball game, receiving the first quarter kickoff, so they will have to kick it to the Cimarron Blue Jays to start out this second half. And again, the Monarchs in those SJMA uniforms here on Military Appreciation Night, the St. Joseph's Military Academy. Monarchs here at halftime, they honored the cadets and military members at midfield. So always a great night here when it's Military Appreciation Night at Lewis Field. The Monarchs trying to secure a home game in week number 9 of the first round of the playoffs. They already have secured a spot in the playoffs in week number 9. It's the first time they've done that since 2002. But a lot riding on this, an opportunity to open up at home week 9 against an opponent from District 8. Of course, still 1 week to go, but a win here for either of these teams. It doesn't matter whether it's Cimarron or TMP. Both have a lot on the line here tonight because Cimarron is also 3-0 in the district. Now, they have a matchup with Ellis next week, and you know that Ellis is going to be licking their chops because Ellis is still trying to secure a playoff berth as well, although it looks like they're going to be able to do that as they got their first district win a week ago in which they put it on. The Syracuse Bulldogs put up 60 points in that matchup. So, of course, Ellis will be ready to go following a matchup here tonight as they are at home to take on Southwestern Heights. Trying to get you that score as we move along, so we'll try and get you that score. Also trying to check in on Lakin and Syracuse. As mentioned before, for whatever reason, it is extremely difficult to find someone to help us out in Southwest Kansas, so we'll try and see if we can get those scores as we move along here. Monarchs will kick from our right to our left to start out this second half. It'll be from the north to the south. So we're ready to go. Wetling has this one teed up. And Cimarron has 2 return men right near the 10-yard line. So this TMP crowd again. The sideline getting into it to start out this third quarter. It's another line drive kick from Whitling that will bounce past the return man inside the 5. It'll be picked up at the 3-yard line as the return man will be stacked up on the right side and nowhere to go as Jordan Smith, the junior return man, trying to bounce it to that right side, and he did not handle that kickoff well. Good coverage downfield for TMP. Whitling was down there. Michael Hale, I think, made the initial contact down the field, and Cimarron is going to start deep inside their own territory. After picking it up at about the 2.5-yard line, Smith just was able to get to the 8-yard line before he was blown up on the play. As Cimarron will start this second half their own 8-yard line. 5 seconds into this third quarter, they'll go to the pistol formation and run it right up the middle and get across the 10-yard line, about the 12-yard line, as they go with Escom. He was upended in the hole by Lang, and then finishing off the play was Bryce Seib from his middle linebacker position. Gain of 3 on the carry from Mason Escom, who has 15 yards on 8 carries so far in the contest. Back to that pistol formation, 2 running backs with Braxton Harrison. He'll keep it on the quarterback read option, and he swarmed and dropped inside the 10, trying to run off to the left side, and Kenton Ginther leading the way. Got some help from everybody else running down the field. Michael Hale helped to just absolutely blow that play up, but it was Kenton Ginther from the get-go. It's a loss of almost 3 for Harrison, the quarterback. But that was all because Kent Ginther from his outside defensive end linebacker position, kind of that hybrid outside position, made a huge play to stop Harrison as he was running that read option. And a loss of 3 for Harrison on his third carry of the contest. Here's a huge third down and long 9. It's almost 3rd and 10 for Cimarron out of the shotgun. They're going to keep it. It's the same play right side now. The read option well behind the intended receiver, and it's incomplete. And now it is 4th down. And then a flag came in late. The official dropped the flag late, and I think they may get TMP on a hit downfield. That receiver was Ridenauer. It was thrown well behind him. Nope, it's an illegal man downfield. That's a break because they'll decline that and take the result of the incomplete pass. Harrison has missed on 3 straight pass attempts before. I question where they threw that flag after it was thrown so late that maybe the contact downfield on a defenseless receiver maybe could have been called. I think it would have been a no call. Should have been a no call, but so it was. But you never know when that play's behind, or when that flag is thrown after the play. So here's a 4th down punt from Braxton Harrison. He'll kick it away from the TMP return man, and it'll bounce inside Cimarron territory and be down at the 46-yard line. That kind of like a little checkup on a golf shot. It just stopped right near the Cimarron 46-yard line, and that's where Smith downs it. TMP with great field position again after forcing a punt from Cimarron. The Monarchs will take over at the Cimarron 46-yard line with 10:31 to play in this opening third quarter. Second time in the game TMP has started inside Cimarron territory. Last time they got a 24-yard Jace Whitling field goal. Wide receiver to the right side of the formation. Tight end to the right as well. They'll send a man in motion. That's Lance Lang. He's going to get the call off the right side, and he's stacked up at the 45-yard line and driven back. Met right in the hole that time by the defensive lineman Tanner Bailey. Also, Asher Navarro, the junior defensive lineman, stops Lang for a gain of just a yard on the play. 33 yards now rushing in the game for Lance Lang. Shorts will be the wide receiver here to the near side. Monarchs go with the tight end to each side. And now Harris with that double wing formation. Quarterback sneak right up the middle, and he got hit hard by that middle linebacker, Feldman, who met him in the hole. Harris gets to the 43, so he picks up 2. And TMP now will have a third down play. From the 42-yard line, it'll be 3rd and 7. Monarchs had 6 first downs in that first half. Racks the wide receiver here to the near side. So go back to the double wing formation here on a 3rd down and long 7. They will run it right side with Lang as he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, bounced it outside of the 40, and then gets thrown out of bounds. Asher Navarro made the tackle right at the 40-yard line. So Lang on 3rd down and 7 picks up 2. He ran it right into the pile and then bounced it that right side. And now it's 4th down and a manageable, call it 5. They've got to get it to the 36-yard line. 9:07 to play here in this third quarter. 3-0 TMP on a Whitling field goal. Jace will be the wide receiver to the left side of the formation. Wide receiver here to the near side. On a 3rd down and long, Harris is just going to go with the quarterback sweep to the left side. He's got blockers and a first down as Harris will get down to the 32-yard line. Call it the 31 and a half, and a first down on a gain of 9 for the quarterback Harris, who hits the 50-yard rushing mark here now in the contest. And the TMP Monarchs will move the chains on their 8th first down of the contest. That's that quarterback sweep. They just snap it to the quarterback Harris. He takes it out to the left side, and with blockers out in front, he picks up 9. Cimarron does the exact same thing. It just looks a little different. It's the same, but it looks different because they run it out of a different formation. First down TMP as they get it to the Cimarron 32, leading 3-0 under 8:40 to go, third quarter. Motion man is Lang. Lance is going to get the call right side. Off of that right guard position, he'll get to the 30. Cimarron says the ball came free, and it did. He was fighting for extra yards, and Cimarron has that football. Cimarron will get it back at the 31-yard line, just fighting for some extra yardage. And Lang will give it back on the turnover. It's the second TMP turnover. And Cimarron will have it at their own 31-yard line with 8:29 to play in this third quarter. Braxton Harrison looking to pass. Right side, he's got time. He's going to air it deep, looking for Ridenauer, who's open. He makes the catch, and he's going to take it to the house. It's a foot race, and nobody will catch him on first down following the turnover. Ridenauer goes for 70 yards on the pitch and catch from Braxton Harrison, and that's the first time that anybody has got behind the TMP secondary in this contest. And it's Seth Ridenauer who will haul it in for the touchdown reception. You had a thought that maybe they would go to the air, and Seth Ridenauer will haul in the 70-yard touchdown reception, and it's a 6-3 lead for Cimarron for Seth Ridenauer. And they will line up and go for 2. With 8:20 to play. After the turnover, they strike quickly on the TD pass, and now they'll line up and go for 2. Escom trying to bounce it left side, and he won't get there. Good job up front. Bryce Seib was able to stop Eskim trying to bounce it left side. Michael Hale in there as well. So a quick touchdown through the air gives the Cimarron Blue Jays a 6-0 lead on the touchdown to Seth Ridenauer, who has his it's his third catch now for 85 yards, including that 70-yard touchdown. Ridenauer came in with 13 catches on the year and came in with 5 touchdowns. He now has 6. But maybe the biggest number that stands out is he averages 30 yards a reception. And he's going to add to that average as he goes for 70 yards and a touchdown. And just like that, it's a 6-3 lead now for Cimarron. Monarchs will get the football back here, and after that turnover and the big play for Cimarron, trying to settle back in here and try and answer that touchdown with a touchdown of their own. That's the biggest play of the contest, and in fact, that is more yardage than Cimarron had in the first half on offense on one play, because they were held to 59 total yards in that first half. They get 70 on the very first play, and now Cimarron on the kickoff had a man run down the line of scrimmage, and they each told everybody something. It's a little short pooch kick. They'll bounce to the 40, and it checks up. Cimarron nearly had it. The ball still on the field, and TMP's going to jump on it. What a huge break. So they go for a little pooch onside kick, and the Monarchs are going to catch a break and recover that football. It'll be Kenton Ginther who jumps on it for TMP at the 44-yard line, so they don't hide it very well. They had a man run down the line and tell each individual player, and then they just kind of passed it along like a game of telephone, and it checked up, but they nearly got it back right around the 45-yard line. That's a break for TMP, and again, a break as the junior Kenton Ginther was right on that play. And the Monarchs will get it with good field position as they'll take over following the onside kick attempt at their own 44-yard line. With some work to do now, down 3 with 8:17 to play in the third quarter. Motion man is Jace Lang as they work out of the shotgun for the first time in the second half. It's the option. Harris is going to get a block from Jace on that far sideline. Harris across the 45 with a flag coming in, and this is going to be coming back. TMP had a good gain as Harris ran out of bounds near midfield, but it will be going the other way. Call a block in the back penalty on TMP over on that far sideline. I think it may have been one of those wide receivers. Of course, you can't crack back anymore, so you can't call it a crack back, but it's one of those where you bring the wide receiver down the line of scrimmage and try and block the guy on the edge of the line of scrimmage. I think it may have been Wetling, not 100% sure. I saw him pleading his case. So Monarchs will be penalized for just the second time. And moves it back to the 32-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Cimarron now leads 6-3. Monarchs send a wide receiver to the left side of the formation. Harris is going to run the quarterback sweep to the right side this time. Got a block as he'll get across the 35, then gets stood up by Ridenauer. And Eskim in on the tackle to the 36 and a gain of 4. Harris over 50 yards rushing. It's already the 16th carry of the contest for Cade Harris for 54 yards. And unfortunately, after the penalty pushes you back, now you're trying to dig out of a hole here with a wide receiver to the near side. And we are going to get a whistle before the play. Going to make a Monarch leave. Garrett Pfeiffer had to come out of the ball game. Marcus Legree, the senior, will come in along that left side of the offensive line. Here on a second down and long. It's the same play to the right side. Little quarterback sweep. This time Harris has got a big gain as he'll get to the 45. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then some as he picks up 9. And now it is a third down play coming up for TMP. Harris just kind of weaving his way through the defense. Still some work to be done, though, with a 6.5 to go. 6-3. Cimarron with the lead. They strike on a 70-yard touchdown pass from Braxton Harrison to Seth Reidenauer. And lead 6-3 on a third down here and long 8 facing TMP. Harris looking to pass. He's looking to the left side. He'll air it out. Wentling makes the catch, and then he's got the first down. Now lost the football as it's poked away, and it's going to be a turnover. It'll be the third turnover of the game for TMP. Wentling had the catch, had enough for the first down as he would have picked up 14 and then lost the football. That is the third TMP turnover. It's the second fumble in as many possessions. And right back over to Cimarron as they'll take over at their own 45-yard line. The Monarchs, Wentling had the first down, but Cimarron did a nice job to get that football loose. Wentling had to go up and make a good catch. That was a tough catch to make, and then didn't secure the football with 6:04 to play here in the third quarter. They've turned it over 3 times now in the game. Cimarron will work with Harrison, the quarterback. Makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage. He's into TMP territory and still on his feet as he slipped a tackle. Still on his feet as he spins through another tackle, and we'll get a huge gain down to the TMP 32-yard line. Braxton Harrison with a huge gain as he will get down to TMP's 32-yard line. It's a gain of 24 on the ninth first down of the ball game. Actually, for Cimarron, it'll be their fourth first down of the contest, and it comes on a gain of 24 for their quarterback, Braxton Harrison. Is now at 40 yards rushing in the contest. This is a huge play with 5:40 and counting after that big gain and a TMP turnover. Momentum on their side. It's the same play to the left side of the read option. Harrison will cut it back. He's got another first down and then gets upended at the 20-yard line. He'll rip off a gain of 11, and it's just back-to-back options as Jace Wentling put a hard hit on Harrison. But Braxton Harrison has been the difference in this second half as he picks up 11. It's another first down for Cimarron, and they have all the momentum now following the TMP turnover and back-to-back double-digit runs for Braxton Harrison, the quarterback. TMP had kind of bottled him up a little bit with just 19 yards in that first half, but Harrison is really finding his rhythm now. As we close in on 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, it's a 6-3 Cimarron lead. They turn around, fake the handoff. Harrison will keep it, slips a tackle at the line of scrimmage, and will get down to the 15-yard line. Monarchs had a shot at him right at the line of scrimmage. Right side will bring him down. Got some help from Hessen there as well. But now before he gets to the 15 on a gain of 5. And the tackling, as good as it was in the first half, on this drive is Harrison's shown some elusiveness. So he's been able to get away with a couple of TMP Monarchs at the line of scrimmage. This is a huge drive. It's second down and 5. They need to get to the 10 for a first down, leading 6-3. 4:20 and counting. They'll work out of that pistol. Left side, Harrison is going to hand it for Mason Escom, and Escom's got a first down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Escom falls forward. Cade Harris made the tackle. Not before Escom picks up 7 yards. And they have found a little bit of rhythm now. So they pick up another first down in this drive. They've got 6 first downs in the contest. But have that 2 big runs for the quarterback Harrison and 1 here for Escom to get them a first down. It's first down and goal from the 9 with under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter and a 3-point lead for the Blue Jays from Cimarron. 2 wide receivers left. They're going to run the quarterback option. It's just a quarterback sprint to the left side, and Harrison is going to get into the end zone. That's a huge play for the quarterback Harrison. He led them down the field, and he was the difference in this third quarter so far as they will have the touchdown to lead 12-3 now on the touchdown run from 8 yards out from Braxton Harrison. Harrison now with 64 yards in this contest on 7 carries, including the touchdown, and it comes with 3:44 to play in this third quarter. It's Braxton Harrison. It's a 70-yard touchdown pass in the third quarter, and now gets an 8-yard run after he had a 24-yard run that set him up. Here's the extra point. It's blocked by TMP as the Monarchs' Lance Lang will come through and block the field goal. 12-3, still the score. Lance Lang comes through and blocks that field goal attempt. So it stays 12-3. Emmanuel Aguilar, first time he's had an extra point blocked or missed this year. As Lang will block it, but that is huge. Make it 12-8, or 12-3 rather. So it keeps at least the Blue Jays at 12 points in the contest. Monarch Athletics brought to you in part in this one by High Plains Roofing, State Glass Company, Thomas More Prep Marian, and Jeff Darrell and Linda Seibel at Edward Jones in Hayes. Monarchs have turned it over 3 times in the contest and trail by 9 at 12-3. Offensively, we're driving each time that they've had a fumble. They've had 2 fumbles and an interception. Cimarron again plays telephone on the kickoff. The in-man on the line of scrimmage gets the signal from the coach, and then they just talk to each other all the way down the line of scrimmage. Last time we saw an onside kick that TMP was able to recover. Emmanuel Aguilar has it teed up and ready to go. This is a high end-over-end kick. It'll be Jace Wentling from the 3. Jace on the left side. He'll take it to the numbers, to the 20. Jace has got the sideline and a huge return as he slams into a defensive player for Cimarron. As both of them over there on that far sideline, a little bit slow to get up as the tackle made on the play by Cimarron on special teams. And Wentling with a good return. It'll set TMP up at the Monarch 32-yard line. Comes with 3:37 to play in this third quarter. Trailing now 12-3. Turnovers on their last 2 possessions. 1 wide receiver split to each side. They'll send a man in motion. Fake the pitch. Seib is going to be blown up in the backfield. Tried to run it off that left side, and Navarro just blew that play up. He got good penetration right up the middle. And the Monarchs will lose 2 on the carry for Bryce Seib. Seib with 7 yards on 4 carries. Monarchs with 3:05 and counting here in this third quarter. We'll send a wide receiver in Schwartz to the right side. 1 wide receiver and Wentling to the left side. Harris, with time winding down on the snap clock, will take the snap to the right side. Going to try and get to the corner. Now stops and starts, just put his foot in the dirt and went right back up the middle at that 30-yard line. He had Harrison waiting for him on the right side. He picks up almost the 2 yards that he lost. So he's able to get about 1.5 yards back. And now it's 3rd down and 11 with 2.5 to go. TMP's offense stalling a little bit. Here's a big 3rd down and 11. They have to get it to their own 42-yard line for a first down. Back to the shotgun, 2 wide receivers split to each side as Harris will work out of the shotgun from the right hash. Harris looking to his left, and he's going to heave it deep. He's got a Wentling down there. Will make the catch into the open field at the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown TMP. On 3rd down and long, the Monarchs strike on a huge pitch and catch from the sophomore quarterback, Cade Harris, to the junior wide receiver, Jace Wentling. It goes for TMP for 69 yards of the pitch and catch, and the Monarchs are back in it at 12-9 on the touchdown. Harris able to find a Wentling for the touchdown. And the Monarchs will, with 2:04 to go here in this third quarter, try and make it. And add 1 more here on the extra point attempt off the foot of Wentling, and it hit the upright. Jace has had problems here at Lewis Field hitting the upright, and unfortunately it'll stay 12-9 with 2:04 to go after the missed extra point. So it's still a 3-point lead now for the Cimarron Blue Jays. As Harris was able to find Jace Wentling for the touchdown earlier today. Wentling hauled in that 14-yard catch before the fumble, so that gave him at least one catch in 15 of his last 16 games. And now his touchdown gives him 3 touchdown receptions in the last 2 weeks after hauling in 2 against the Southwestern Heights Mustangs. And that one gives him a career touchdown reception number 11 on the season, and TMP's right back into it. That's a huge play. We saw both defenses play really tight early on, and in fact, like tight to the coverage. There was not a lot of running room for either, and then Cimarron dialed up a big play in which they scored on a 70-yard touchdown pass from their quarterback, Harrison, to Reignauer, and now Harris for TMP finds Wentling for that 69-yard touchdown, a strike, and the Monarchs are right back in it, down now 3 with 2:04 to play here in this third quarter. Monarchs have turned it over 3 times. Wentling, of course, had that first down and then had the fumble that gave it back to Cimarron, and they struck on the very next play. This time the Monarchs able to get that long touchdown on third down. And now Wentling's ready to kick this one away. Jordan Smith, and right now we're waiting on the kick as Wentling will drive this one between the two, and it's a touchback. That's the 10th touchback of the season for Jace Wentling. It's interesting, you look at these two kickers. Aguilar has 8 touchbacks on the season. Wentling had 9 until that one a moment ago. So these two kickers, 2 of the better kickers in this district. Probably 2 of the best. Cimarron will take over at their own 20-yard line, 2:04 to play. Here in this third quarter, we're a long ways away in a battle of unbeaten teams in this 2A district number 7. Cimarron on first down, hands it for Mason Escom. Escom trying to run right up the middle and really doesn't have a lot of running room that time. So he goes right into the teeth of that TMP defense off of the right side. Monarchs Kendall Walker, or rather Colton Higgins, in on that tackle. Freshman stops Escom for a gain of about 3. He has 26 rushing yards in the contest tonight. Talked about him in the pregame show. Had a career-high 133 yards on 27 carries in that win over Lakin a week ago. Here's a second down play. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Now a late pass that is complete to Reignauer, and he's got the first down to the 35. They go RPO, and they do it probably the best we have seen. It's a first down to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 14 on the play as Reignauer, that's the other brother, Andrew Reignauer, for 15 yards and a first down. When you talk about run-pass option, the RPO, as they get their 7th first down, nobody does it better than Plainville in the Mid-Continent League. But so far, Cimarron has found some success. Here's a ball that pops through the hands of the intended receiver, Seth Reignauer. He was thinking about taking off and running from his slot position, but it's incomplete. He just dropped it. Braxton Harrison's just a junior, the 6'1", 190-pound junior, and he has really ran that run-pass option well. He's made it difficult for the TMP secondary because as soon as you take your eyes down to the quarterback and let your guy get open, he's going to find him. Running here to the left side is Harrison. Got blockers in front, gets tripped up by his own man. What a great play. TMP's Lance Lang pushed Reignauer into the path of Harrison, and he got his legs taken out from underneath him. What a huge play, and now it's 3rd down and 10. Harrison will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That is a huge defensive play to force a 3rd down and 10. Could be the final play of the third quarter. We'll see if they elect to get the snap off or not. Cimarron's taken a long time to get the play in. 2 wide receivers to the right with 19 seconds to go. Here in this third quarter, Cimarron leads 12-9. Wide receiver to the left. Here's Harrison. Play action pass. Pressure coming. He's going to throw it off his back foot down the field. It's incomplete. Into double coverage. Looking for Reignauer down the field. And the Monarchs had Harrison or rather Harris and Whitling in coverage, and that was too far out in front. Look at what Braxton Harrison has done. He throws a lot of balls off platform. It's off of his back foot. It's sideways. He's rolling to the right, throws it back to the left. It's something you don't see a lot of from a high school quarterback. He'll be ready to punt this football away after the incomplete pass. And a little hesitation. He will kick this football away. He punts it away from Cade Harris, and it checks up right around the 24-yard line. And the Monarchs, as we head to the fourth quarter, will have it down 12-9 at their own 24-yard line. We're back after this quick timeout on the Monarch Sports Network, powered by Herman Physical Therapy.
Shelter Insurance, Dustin Shoemaker. Compare your coverage today at CompareMyCoverage.com. High Plains Roofing, Western and Central Kansas's premier roofing contractor. The Professionals, High Plains Roofing of Hayes. Discount Siding, new siding, energy-efficient windows and doors, vinyl fencing, and other exterior home products. Improve the beauty and energy efficiency of your home. Click on discountsiding.net. Edward Jones, providing a reasoned and disciplined approach to investing, making sense of investing. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, building Northwest Kansas's dreams since 1983. Master Cleaners, dry cleaning, laundry, alterations, tux rentals, and much more. They have numerous pickup locations throughout Western Kansas to serve you. Field Abstract and Title. Take pride in your athletic, academic, and artistic achievements.
The Monarchs Sports Network is powered by Herman Physical Therapy on 99.5 KHAZ and HaysPost.com.
End of the fourth and final quarter with a 3-point Cimarron lead at 12-9. As TMP will start this drive, taking over at their own 24-yard line to start the fourth quarter. Trailing 12-9 in a game that has lived up to everything we thought it would in a battle of the top two teams in 2A District number 7. Wide receivers, 2 to each side for TMP. Lang will go in motion. They fake the pitch. Nope, they'll give it to him. Right side, it's Lance Lang with a big gain on first down. That little jet sweep right across the formation. They scored a touchdown on it a week ago. This time Lance runs out that right side and picks up 12 on first down. So he gets wrapped up on that right sideline. It goes down as a pass because it's a forward pitch to Lang, who hauls it in for another TMP first down, and they'll move the chains. Monarchs, their first possession here of this fourth quarter, trailing 12-9, 11:30 to go here in the fourth quarter. Harris out of the shotgun. They'll snap it back to him. It's a quarterback keeper left side, and he's going nowhere. He'll go backwards. Great play by Tanner Bailey, the 200-pound junior defensive tackle. See where they give him forward progress. He worked out of the shotgun. They're going to stop him all the way back to the 30-yard line. Harris will lose 5 on a great play for that defensive tackle, Tanner Bailey. Bailey with his 6th tackle for loss on the season, and they tried to run the sweep left side, and he was able to get free, and there was nowhere to go. Second down and 15 with under 11 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. 3-point Cimarron lead at 12-9. Back to the spread goes TMP with 2 wide receivers to each side. Harris out of the shotgun. Quick pitches at right side for Bryce Side. Side will cut back up inside. Little stutter step as he'll get across the 40, and as he'll get it to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 13 on second down and 15. Bryce with his biggest carry of the contest as he stutter stepped, made a man miss in the middle of the football field. And now it's third down and manageable. You go from second down and 15 to 3rd and 3. Monarch faithful here on the near sideline. Getting loud again on a big third down play as Side will now line up in the left hip pocket of the quarterback. Harris out of the spread formation again. 3rd down and 3. They'll quick pitch it left side to Bryce this time as he'll get a stiff arm and then be brought down, but not before he gets the first down. He was arguing that he got pulled down by his face mask as the linebacker Feltman will bring him down, and now Saib is with, there's a flag that came in. don't know if the official, he threw a flag. Seib came off a little bit. He needed help coming off the sideline. The official here on the near sideline, I'm pretty sure, threw a flag. There's a flag about 3 yards deep of the TMP end zone. I don't think he's going to know where his flag is because he can't find it. It's going to be a sideline warning. Awful nice of Michael Gross to help the official out with the flag. I think he threw it with so much effort that it got caught in the wind a little bit. It is just a warning as Seib will lead TMP to that first down. So he goes over 25 yards rushing in tonight's contest with 9:45 to go. TMP trails 12-9, and they've got it to their own 48-yard line with 2 wide receivers again to each side as they've worked the spread this entire drive. Snap back to the quarterback, Harris. He's got a little seam to the right side as he'll get to midfield and fall forward. I'll say he's up to the Cimarron 49-yard line. It's a gain of 4 on the carry for Harris. As they get into Cimarron territory, clock continues to wind with 9:10 to go here in this ball game. TMP trails 12-9, led 3-0 at the break on the 24-yard field goal for Wentling. Since then, Cimarron has taken advantage of a couple of TMP turnovers, got back-to-back touchdowns to lead 12-3. Then TMP got a touchdown from Harris to Wentling a moment ago. Here's a second down pass play, right side, pass complete right near the sticks. And I think short of the line of gain for the Monarchs on that right side is Mark Rack, who will make the catch. He's shy of the line of gain. He picks up 6 on his first catch of the contest. Bring up 3rd down and 1. Rack was held without a catch a week ago, but still has a reception, and now 6 of 8 games for him. It started to come out, but he'll stay in the ball game with 8:15 to go. Ball to the Cimarron 43-yard line. Monarchs need basically the length of the football for a first down. They'll send a wide receiver to each side. Cimarron loads the box. Harris on the quarterback sneak right side. He will get the first down. Didn't need a lot. Got it right to the 42, and the Monarchs will move the chains again. Just brought down by the middle of that defense. We've called Tanner Bailey's name a lot, that big defensive lineman. He's done a nice job today. Bochner called Michael Rojas' name a lot, too, up front. First down for TMP gives them double-digit first downs in the contest, and now the Monarchs have some miscommunication. I think they may wait to let the clock run down before they take the timeout. Coach Harris, he's going to take the timeout right before the snap clock expires. They had a little miscommunication on the play, and so they'll take the timeout. It'll be the first here of this second half. With TMP trailing 12-9, 7:35 to go. Winner of this one is in control in this district with 1 game to play. Winner of this one also would have a first-round home game locked up. Scoreboard update, Hoisington leads Norton 20-6. Smith Center, Oliver El Saline 34-0. May South leads Hayes High 21-14. Those are all fourth quarter scores. Our Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Russell trails Goodland 27-8. Monarchs out of the timeout, facing a first down and 10 with 7:35 to go, trailing 12-9. Ball at the Cimarron 42-yard line. Back to that spread formation for TMP. Harris has 2 wide receivers to each side. Seib's the tailback in his left hip pocket. This is a snap direct to the quarterback, Harris. He gets hogtied up around the shoulder pads and brought down by Michael Feldman, the linebacker. He got him up around the shoulder pads and the helmet and brought Harris down for a loss of about a half a yard on the play. Feldman's been all over the place in this game as well. Can't say enough about how well the 185-pound junior linebacker has played. Came in with 32 tackles on the season, and he has been all over the place against this TMP offense. Here's a second down and long 10. Back to the spread they go. Harris looking to pass. He looked right, coming back left, and too tall for Whitling. He was covered tightly on that near sideline. Seth Reidenauer guarding Jace Whitling, and it's incomplete. I think if that one was too tall for Whitling, but if it's much lower, Reidenauer was right there. It could have been a contested ball, so I think TMP maybe with a break that time. The ball is just on the TMP side of the 42-yard line, so it's third down and a long 10. Have to get it to that side of the 32. Ooh, and we're going to get a stoppage. We're going to make another TMP offensive lineman come out of the ballgame. Jacob Sack came back into the game as Colton Higgins will check out. That's not the first time we've seen them make a TMP offensive lineman move. Here's the snap, play action. Harris going to lay it out there left side for Whitling, and it's just a little bit too far out in front. And Jace thought he was held, trying to plead with the officials, saying he got grabbed down the field. And now it's fourth down. They had a beat. Whitling up this near sideline was open, and TMP nearly rang the bell again, but unfortunately, it's an incomplete pass on third down, and now Whitling will punt this football away from the 42 with 6:49 to go. Whitling stands back at his own 45-yard line. Here's a high snap over the head of Whitling. Jace goes back to get it. Rolling kick. It'll be a short high kick that will bounce and take a TMP roll. What a huge break. This could have been a disaster. Instead, it'll roll to the 23-yard line. Great individual effort by TMP's Jace Whitling. And then for the guys down the field to realize that nobody was around, and it led to that ball roll. And so it goes to the 22-yard line. And now first down and 10, Cimarron. That's a huge break because that was nearly a disaster on a high snap. But Whitling did a great job to go back there and get it. Cimarron will take over at their own 22-yard line, leading 12-9 with 6:35 to play here in the fourth quarter. And Cimarron's going to take a timeout. The officials here on the near sideline were standing on the sideline talking about something. And it kind of delayed everything, but Cimarron will take the break. Our game brought to you in part by Paul Wimberger Construction, Roof Masters Roofing and Sheet Metal, Insurance Planning, Ellis County Abstract and Title, and Jeter Law Firm. Monarch Sports Network is also powered by Herman Physical Therapy. They will get you back in the game fast after injury, offering dry needling and deep tissue laser therapy to speed up the healing process. Free consultation, and you see your same physical therapist every visit. Herman Physical Therapy, they love helping people. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook. With 6:35 to go in the battle of the top two teams in this district, Cimarron leads TMP by 3 at 12-9. Cimarron's taking advantage of 3 TMP turnovers. They scored on a 70-yard touchdown following a turnover on a fumble, and then drove down the field on their last offensive possession. There, a moment ago, took advantage of that big run by the quarterback, Harrison. He went for 24 yards, had a couple of different double-digit runs that set him up, and then he would eventually score the touchdown from 8 yards out. The extra point was blocked by Lance Lang, and TMP trails now 12-9. Cimarron will use their first time out of the second half. And we'll have it at their own 22-yard line, leading 12-9. They'll send 2 wide receivers to the left as they work out of that pistol formation. Harrison is going to hand it for Escom. Escom trying to bounce it left side, and he's got nowhere to go. He'll be brought down in the backfield. Jace Lang leading the way. That was a great job by TMP. Lang got some help from Kenton Ginther and just nowhere to go. Escom has been bottled up pretty much the entire time. They're going to give him forward progress to the 17-yard line. It's a loss of 5. He has had nowhere to go. Tried to bounce it to that right side. Scoreboard update for you. Plainville leads Ellenwood 35-7. Let's see if we can get you some more scores along the way. Here's a second down and long play. Read pass option is through the hands and intercepted. Taken away by Harris. Gains into the open field to the right side. He'll get it down to the Cimarron 15-yard line before he gets stood up and piled on down the field. It's an interception for TMP. Their first takeaway of the ball game. It was through the hands of an intended receiver, and now TMP's Cade Harris is down. He got piled on by the tackler, and he is down on the play. He returned it to the 15, and after the play, got absolutely piled on. Clay Frink was the one who came up and just drove him to the turf. So now the attention turns to Cade Harris after the interception. And he's going to pop up and come to the near sideline. He just got the wind knocked out of him, but that's a huge play. It went through the hands of the intended receiver, and Cade gets a nice round of applause as he comes to the near sideline. And the TMP crowd fired up here on the near sideline with 5:45 to go in this one. That interception by Harris, the return to the 15. And now they're in business here. Got to find a way to score a touchdown with 5:45 to go. You're only down 3, but a touchdown would go a long way. So that's a 6th career interception, 5th of the season for Braxton Harrison. And the Monarchs will have it at the Cimarron 16-yard line. Officially is where they spot him down. 5:45 to play in the contest. Monarchs trailing 12-9 following the first forced turnover of the contest. Cy Bennett, quarterback, will hand it off to the right side, running it with Lang out of that I formation, and will be brought down by Rojas. He got him around the jersey, at the bottom of his jersey, and just held on for dear life as Lang will pick up 2. Harris is back in at quarterback for TMP, facing a second down and short 9, call it long 8. They'll go back to the I formation, but they send 2 wide receivers to the right. Whitling's the lone wide receiver to the left of the formation. Jace Lang and Mark Racker to that right side. Here on a second down and 9. They will fake the handoff, and it's a quarterback sweep to the left side as Harris is going to get to the 10 and will be out of bounds close to the 7-yard line. They just fake the handoff right side, run it left side. They spot him out of bounds at the 7. He picks up 7. 72 yards now for Cade Harris on the ground with just under 5 minutes to go in the contest. And they've got a third down and about 1.5. It may be a full yard facing TMP. Andrew Schwartz, the wide receiver, now to the right side as they bring in 2 tight ends to the double wing formation. Harris underneath center. Quarterback keeper right up the middle, and he's got the first down. Down to the 5-yard line. That's all they needed, and the clock will start as soon as they spot it and wind with under 5:54 to go, and the crowd comes to life again on the 11th TMP first down. Harris was 74 yards now in the game, trailing 12-9. TMP will have it first down and goal from the 5. You've got 4 plays to get in the end zone, trailing by 3 at 12-9. They'll send a wide receiver to each side. Whitling's to the near side. Rack to the far side. Harris with 2 backs, and we've got another stoppage. And again, they're going to send a TMP offensive lineman off to the field. That is the 3rd time that they sent a TMP offensive lineman off the field, and I'm curious if it's because of headgear or if it's because of mouthpiece. I think it's headgear. Higgins comes to the near side. They'll send a man in motion. Here's the quarterback option left side is Harris is going to run into a blocker and lose a yard on the play. Good job up front that time for the Cimarron defensive end, Jarrett Bogner. Bogner blew that play up in the backfield. So they lose a yard. It's second down and goal from the 6. Doesn't get any easier here down near the goal line. Those big fellas up front, Bogner, Bailey, Rennick, and Escom make it difficult to run against, but TMP's got to find a way here. 3:45 to go in the contest. It's second down and goal. They'll send Lang in motion. It's a quarterback sweep to the right side. Harris trying to get to the edge. He'll get inside the 5 and then get piled on at about the 4-yard line. Got a block from Seib. Braxton Harrison made the tackle. So it's down to the 4, so they get 2 yards back. And with 3:20 and counting here in this fourth quarter, trailing 12-9, it's third down and goal from the 4-yard line, just inside the 5. They'll go 2 wide receivers to the right side of the formation, 1 to the left in the I formation. On a third down and goal from the 4. Harris underneath center. Hard count. Harris, straight drop. Left side, they'll throw the fade. And it is going to be caught in the end zone. Touchdown TMP. They'll go fade left side. And coming up with it is Jace Whitling. A 4-yard touchdown reception for Whitling gives TMP the lead. As the Monarchs go to the air and a little fade to the back corner of the left side, and Whitling has his second touchdown of the ball game. He's got 4 in the last 2 weeks, and TMP will take the lead. And now they'll line up to go for line up to go for the extra point rather, with 2:57 to go here in the fourth quarter as Harris finds Whitling again on back-to-back scores. Monarchs lead getting a man in. And out of the hold of Harris, Whitling's extra point is good, and TMP will take the lead at now 16-12 over the Cimarron Blue Jays, thanks to the Whitling touchdown. As they lead 16-12, it's back-to-back Cade Harris to Jace Whitling touchdowns. This time the fade from 4 yards out. And Whitling's got a pair of touchdown receptions. And the Monarchs are on top by 4 with just under 3 minutes to go. It's 16-12. They take advantage of the turnover. Cimarron had taken advantage of 3 TMP turnovers. They scored off of 2 of them. But the Monarchs take the lead at 16-12. With 2:57 to play here in this fourth quarter. Long way to go, though. 16-12. As the Monarchs get the touchdown drive. Oakley leads Sacred Heart 34-0. Scoreboard update for you. Checking in on some of the MCL schools. Hill City leads Tregill. That was final 46-0. Whitling with 2 catches for touchdowns, 1 of 69, this one of 4 yards. Here in the second half, of the Monarchs have rallied from down 12-3 with back-to-back touchdowns and now lead by 4 with 2:57 to go in the ball game. Whitling has it teed up. He'll put a huge foot into this one for his second touchback of the contest. That's huge because Cimarron now will have to come out to their own 20-yard line and start this drive with 2:57 to go. It's also big to get that extra point by Whitling because it forces Cimarron to score a touchdown. They can't get a field goal, and they have a very, very good field goal kicker on their side in Emmanuel Aguilar, who has 7 career field goals, including 6 this year on 9 attempts. He's a very good field goal kicker, so you take him out of the equation, at least for now, with 2:57 to play. Here in this fourth quarter, TMP leads 16-12. Following back-to-back Jace Whitling touchdown receptions from Cade Harris. Here's a first down play from there on 20 and all sorts of movement. Cimarron was all over the place and everybody moved except for the center who forgot to snap the football. It's the 4th penalty of the contest. That's for 30 yards. I think that's one thing you have to give both these teams credit. We have, between the 2 teams, 6 total penalties. TMP has 2 for 25 yards, 4 for 30 yards for Cimarron. So now it's first down and 15 out of the shotgun. Harrison looking to pass left side. He's got his man as he will go to Charles Sawyer for the first time to the 25 as Sawyer picks up 10 on his first catch of the contest. And now it's second down and 5 after the pass completion. The clock will run. Of course, after that penalty, It's just second down and 5 after getting 10. Harrison looking to pass. Actually, he'll run the read option here to the near side. Got away from a man as he stays on his feet, fights through another man to the 30, then gets stacked up by a couple of different TMP-Marian Monarchs. Braxton Harrison nearly got free, but was stacked up right near the 30-yard line. Bryce Steib got some help from Higgins to bring him down. It is enough for a first down. They got right at the sticks, actually gave him forward progress across the 30-yard line. And Harrison will move the chains. And the 8th first down of the ball game. They'll start the clock with 2:20 and counting here in this fourth quarter. TMP leads by 4, 16-12. Wide receiver is Sawyer, who just made the reception on the left side of the 30. 2 wide receivers to the right. Here's a play action. Looking to pass is Harrison. Running out of time. He's going to step up in the pocket now, take off and run as he will be upended and marked down shy of the 40. He'll be to the 39. It's a gain of 9, and he's just shy of the first down. It'll bring up second down at a long one. TMP's done a pretty good job of keeping him in the pocket initially, but then Braxton Harrison got away. 1:45 to play. 2 wide receivers left side. Braxton Harrison will work out of the shotgun. Sawyer's the lone receiver to the right. Play action. They hand it off for Escom. He's got the first down right up the middle, and they'll get to midfield. It'll be enough to move the chains at a first down as he broke free for a gain of 11. They slipped in the run. TMP was expecting pass. 32 yards now on the ground for Escom. 1:30 and counting. Cimarron still has 2 timeouts. They'll set the chains and they'll snap the ball with 1. TMP showing blitz, and so Cimarron's going to change the play with 1:20 to go. Coach Harris trying to get the sideline fired up on the near sideline. They will run it again. Escom right up the middle. He's tied up at the 45 at TMP. Escom will get 6. Walker, or rather Higgins, in on that tackle. Also Kendall Walker in there as well, the 2 freshman defensive linemen. 55 seconds to go in the contest. Here comes the TMP crowd on the near sideline. TMP leads 16-12. Harrison, play action. He's got pressure coming from behind. Michael Hale nearly got him. Harrison will roll to his left. Now he's going to step up and be tackled on that left side. Michael Hale nearly had him from behind. I think maybe that was Kenton Ginther who almost had him from behind to the 42 at a timeout taken by Cimarron. It's 3rd down and 2 to the 41-yard line. Harrison, all that running, will get Cimarron to the 42-yard line. So he picks up 2 as he was nearly brought down. 80 yards now rushing for the junior quarterback Harrison. The timeout taken comes with 37 seconds to go. Here in this contest, TMP was down 12-3 late in that 3rd quarter, but 2 Cade Harris touchdown passes to Jace Wentling have them on top 16-12. Cimarron down to 1 final timeout with 37 seconds to go. I heard the Hayes High score. We're trying to get you an update from Mays South. We'll see if we can get that to you as we roll along. Out of the timeout, it's 3rd down and they need 2 with 37 seconds to go. Harrison rolling to the right. He's got pressure coming from behind. He'll slip a tackle, run into his own man, hit at the 40, and be stacked up. He will get the first down as he was now standing over top of a TMP tackler and Bryce Seib. He was tangled up with Seib, and Braxton Harrison took a little bit of offense to that as he picks up 3 and does get the first down. Over 80 yards now, 83 yards for Harrison on the ground. 27 seconds to go. They'll snap the football and then spike it. So it'll stop the clock. They still have 1 timeout, but the incomplete pass will stop it with 25 seconds to go in the game. Cade Harris's interception on a deflection set up TMP's. Wentling on that touchdown from 4 yards out from Cade Harris. Here's Harrison to pass. Too tall, incomplete. Third down now from the 38-yard line. 22 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. Third down and 10. Ball from the TMP 38-yard line. Cimarron needs a touchdown. Down at 4. It's 16-12. Sawyer will be the wide receiver to the right. Ridenauer, the Twins to the left. Harrison, play action. Pressure coming. He's hit. Couldn't get there. Drops him. Back to the 46-yard line with 15 seconds to play. Ken Ginther off the left edge. Gets the sack. Timeout Cimarron. Fourth down coming up following the sack for Kenton Ginther. His first career sack. And now it's fourth down after the timeout with 12 seconds to go. Back to the 46. I think they'll put some time back on. They will. They'll put 14. The ball will go back to the 46-yard line. So Harrison, the quarterback, will lose 8 on the play. And now it's fourth down. For a first down, they've got to get it to the TMP 28-yard line. That's the final timeout taken of the ball game for Cimarron. Of course, the clock can stop with a first down, but again, they've got to get it to the TMP 28-yard line. Monarch faithful has been in full throat all game long. Looks like Mays South is going to escape with a 21-20 win over Hayside there in Mays. Tough break there for the Indians. 14 seconds to go. Could be the final play of the game. Fourth down. Harrison, pressure coming, steps up, got away from a man. He's hit and dropped. TMP with back-to-back sacks is going to put a nail in the coffin in this one. This time it's the freshman, Colton Higgins, with his first career sack. And again, Kenton Ginther got great pressure from off that outside. And Harrison got away. But the freshman defensive lineman held him up and got the sack. Back-to-back TMP sacks. A turnover on downs, and the Monarchs, with 8 seconds to go in the contest, can nail this one with a kneel down. Interception return, set up TMP with a chance. As Harris got the interception, he'll take the knee. And then a Harris to Wentling touchdown from 4 yards out on a little fade route. And the extra point gave TMP the 16-12 lead. The Monarchs then on a huge defensive possession. They get a sack from Kenton Ginther, his first career sack on third down. And then Colton Higgins gets a sack, his first career sack on fourth down. And the Monarchs will improve to 6-1 on the season and will go to 4-0 in districts. After clinching a district playoff appearance for the first time since 2002, a week ago in that win over Southwestern Heights, they can finish no worse than second in this district and will get a first-round home game in week number 9 as they take care of business, winning 16-12 here in this one, and an outstanding matchup between these two. This 6-1 start matches their best start since 1989. It also matches their best 6-game win streak for the first time since 2002. TMP wins by the final of 16-12 over the Cimarron Blue Jays, and the Monarchs move to 4-0 in districts and move overall to 6-1 on the season as they come to the near sideline and thank the fans who have been great throughout this ball game, and the Monarchs pick up the victory. They win tonight 16-12. With one game on the regular season, it's Lakin next week. Monarchs win by the final of 16-12 on the Monarch Sports Network. It's powered by Herman Physical Therapy.